What's up, BMX nerds? Welcome back to another episode of Kanode Knows. This week on the show, we got Chris Childs. I've known who Chris Childs is since I was like 18, but he's always kind of been like a little bit distant. I was at Texas Toast when he won in 2013. I've always been a fan of his video parts, but he seemed so fucking sick on the bike that I was like, he's got to be an asshole. Obviously, he's not an asshole, and he's a very sweet, nice guy, and it was super good to talk to him. He just had a baby. You'll find out in this episode. He rides for S&M. He's had a great career, DK, Sunday, S&M, and he's been riding forever. I had a feeling he was a racer because of how good he is on the bike and how much bike control he has, and he was. And so we talk about that a little bit, but interesting perspective and really humble and cool, refreshing attitude about BMX and being a pro rider and everything that comes with it. The epitome of a fucking shredder. It's sick. So I hit him up, or he actually suggested that I talk to somebody, and I was like, dude, let's talk. Instead of them, let's talk to you. And last minute, and he was down, so we got it done. So this will be Monday the 22nd. Happy 420. And I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you to the 5 homies who became YouTube members, dude. I'm so stoked. I keep making little posts shouting you guys out and saying thanks, and just really appreciate that. Like, you think it's worth monthly $5 to support me. That's really, really, really awesome. So shout out to you guys. Fuck. You know what I should do is read their names off. Real quick, I want to do a couple shout outs. My freaking members, dude, my homies. Shut Your Mouth, Donnie Nelson, 262 Hertz, BMX Klein, and Josh Lockman. Thank you guys for being members. Love you. I appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video and just share it. I'm thinking about like switching the titles from just Kanode Knows guest to clickbaity shit and whatever we talk about, but I don't know. You'll see on the title whether or not I did that change. Share the show with a friend, please. And if you're listening, please leave a review. That helps the show grow, I think. But whatever, dude. Just enjoy the fucking podcast. It's just me talking to BMX people. So much crazy feedback on the Stephen Hamilton episode. I think he was trolling the whole time. I think he's a wild dude. True artist. Anyway, this ain't Stephen Hamilton. This is Chris Childs. Chris motherfucking Childs. And also, I figured out how to not have the volume of the video parts that we're watching. So hopefully that's fixed in this episode and you can enjoy it without having your ears messed up. I was about to say a non-YouTube friendly word. All right. And now I'm rambling. Here's Chris Childs. Ready?
On the podcast.
You're on the podcast now. Now we're officially recording.
Yep. Now recording has started. You know, got S&M hat up here. Cool S&M jersey, you know.
Yeah, how long's it been on how long you been repping S&M?
I want to say probably like 4 years now. Maybe like probably just after COVID or somewhere like in the middle of like COVID kind of.
Let's go ending, backwards in time.
Yeah,
Chris Childs. Well, first of all, hi, Chris Childs.
What's up, y'all?
how's your day? Thanks for what'd you do? Did you call into work and say I'm gonna be late? I'm on a
I'm gonna go in a little bit later after we bang this out, depending on how long it goes, and work at a shop called Nice Slice in Providence, Rhode Island, and
what kind of shop is it? Nice Slice?
Pizza
shop. Nice Slice. Cool. Yeah. What happened with working at a bike shop? I know you worked at Circuit.
Yeah, I work at Circuit BMX also, so that's like I kind of split my time up between the two.
Cool.
Winters are slow, so having a fallback job to kind of pick up the hours kind of just makes it life manageable, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And then you're a dad and working full time and a pro BMX rider.
I guess you could say that, you know.
Yeah.
I did make it to pro, you know.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What do you got? What do you got? I'm gonna do that.
What is it like to be a pro BMX rider?
It's cool. You know, depends on what you want to get from it, what do you want to gain from it, and that's, I think, a lot that can be kind of misconstrued depending on the person, the rider, or whatever, how they what their objectives in the end are. You know,
Yeah.
that's
What were
like that.
yours?
You know, growing up as a young BMX racer and bike rider, just all around. Um, Obviously, wanting to become a professional bike rider and get sponsored, go to the X Games, this and that, you know. And but ultimately, it was just about riding bikes. The only thing that being pro really gets you is you don't have to pay for bike parts, and you get to travel and meet a bunch of new people and ride all this cool stuff that you really couldn't do on your own accord. And that's
Fuck yeah.
the biggest benefit of being a professional bike rider. And
Speaking of, go.
notoriety and shit, but like that's, you know, that's all
Yeah.
based on ego.
It's wild to think about like how I think Chris Childs is known worldwide, but I wonder if you like feel that in your life at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's been times where I kind of like let it get to me a little bit, get in my head, just like the anxiety part of it, because I don't necessarily care for that limelight or that like um I don't know, it's cool to be recognized and have like notable parts and like be recognized as a professional BMX rider, but it's tough sometimes when you're, especially when you're going through like life changes and just trying to connect with this new age of BMX and what your end goal is with, you know, BMX. You know, technically I'm a pro rider still, but it's, you know, definitely slowed down. Um, you know, I'm not as hungry as I used to be. Now it's just kind of, you know, taking what I can get, supporting the people that support me, and just riding my bike. You know, it's not like I'm not like chomping at the bit to go get,
Bangers.
you know, not like if they arise, that happens, but it's not like today's the day that we're going to go out and get all these hammers and we're going to go to the city, we're going to go here, we're going to link up here, and um, that still happens from time to time, but it's not like the main grind, you know.
Yeah. It's not sustainable to fucking just go for bangers all the time.
No, it isn't.
Then you're just a flash in the pan, and you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely fun, you know, doing that shit, but it's you know, a lot of people will like, that's not all that your riding is, you know. That's just the shit that you put out when
Right.
when you want to film a solid video part, you know.
Yeah.
And the stuff that kind of gives you the thrills and keeps your blood pumping for it.
Fuck
But
yeah.
you know, there's nothing, you know, I can go to the skate park and hang out and shoot the shit, drink some beers, and just grind a ledge and take laps around the park all day and not do anything serious, you know. And it's still on the bike, you know, still riding, being with the community and everything. So
fuck yeah. I think there's a lot of I don't know, pressure that people put on themselves to like constantly just do filming tricks, but like you have to like do what feels good on the bike. So I'm curious what feels best for you when you're just riding. Like what's the best feelings in BMX?
You know, I would say probably riding trails is always fun because
It's got to feel good. I can't fucking do it. I'm so jealous,
yeah,
dude.
man.
It's
You
got to
should
feel like wee.
go to like
Just
your
that
local
weightless
pump track or something, and just even like little jumps, like little tabletops and whatever. You know, that's still catching air, and it's, you know, low risk and high reward. Just riding your bike, catching air.
Yeah.
But trails are probably, because you can ride a set of trails and not do a single trick, maybe a couple tabletops or kickouts or what have you, and you're still gonna have a fun ass session and still
Fuck
like,
yeah.
you know, you're still getting your body working, you're riding, and it's thrilling. You know, you see a jump that's got a 6-foot lip and 10-foot gap, and like a lot of people, they don't. It's about just like kind of your commitment to the jump. Like dirt jumps are just more of a head game because people build them to work.
Right.
You know, like they build them and they try them and they tune them so that like if you don't want to go balls to the wall, you can still ride these jumps. You know,
Yeah.
not every set of trails is like East Side. You know. And even those are built to work. You just have to be able to hold on.
Where is East Side?
Austin.
You have to forgive my trails ignorance. I've been to a couple trails, but literally just to film Sabrosa at trails.
Yeah.
But I've always looked at them and been like, that's got to be the best, most pure feeling in BMX. Just that weightless feeling of hitting a good jump.
Yeah, man. So that riding trails and just cruising, going to the skate park, like I said, and just carving around, take some hot laps, and just cruising into town. Like I live, less than a 5-minute bike ride into the city, so it's
hell yeah. What city?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you been there your whole life?
I grew up like 10 minutes north in Massachusetts. Cool. But yeah, so it was the closest city as like a kid for us to like either hop in somebody's car or ride or take the train. So it was an easy transition once kind of like moving out and kind of getting onto my own life.
Yeah. How old were you when you first moved out?
Well, I was like 19, 20, somewhere around there.
What were you doing? How'd you pay the bills then?
Working at a bike shop.
Hell yeah.
Working at a bike shop and a pizza shop.
Boom.
Not much has changed.
Are you still making music?
A little bit here and there, but not, time.
You were like in a band.
Yeah. We had like a screamo kind of turned into like a hardcore adjacent band.
Remainder,
yeah.
Remainder.
It kind of just fell apart. People moving away, different life endeavors and all that,
Yeah. We all grow up and have kids and do different shit,
Right.
Yeah.
But I do jam with one of my buddies still every now and then, but like, again, man, it's just
for fun.
Just for fun, nothing serious, but just kind of making a racket.
Fuck yeah. How old's your kid?
She just turned a month.
Damn. Congrats, dude. That's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it true about the sleep? Like you don't get to sleep anymore?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to do it, but I love sleep.
You don't realize how bad it is until you're in it, It's everyone's like, having babies is such a blessing. It's the best thing ever. But I think they don't want to tell you how run down and depleted you're going to be. People that do, they're being real and trying to like enlighten you. Like, yeah, it's going to be rough for a long time.
For a long time. You're in the thick of it, huh? 1 month old. Fuck.
Yeah. There was a couple days where it was like chill, and then kind of doing a Stephen Hamilton thing.
Give me a house tour. Do some stuff. Smoke some cloves.
This is my dog in a ski mask.
Sick.
A painting I got from somebody. These are all of our friends, all the little trinkets and stuff.
All right. Pretty Stephen Hamilton-esque right there. Little trinkets.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Let's say my buddy Andy Redbeers from the Power Plant Shred Zone. He painted that. And
damn, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. He's an awesome artist. We come over here. We got Providence.
Boom.
Building downtown. Photo of me doing a tabletop that my buddy Sam Arsis shot.
You're covering the mic, by the way.
Oh,
you're good.
Yeah. Baby room, crib and shit.
Hey, that's real.
My bedroom is a fucking mess. We got some samurais on the wall. Shred till you're dead.
Sick.
Ramp up the John.
Bee Cave.
Circuit BMX. Bee Cave stencils when we used to just print our own shirts and all that.
Yeah. I want to talk about Bee Cave actually. Like,
yeah.
I know that's kind of triple OG stuff with you. What is it? What does Bee Cave mean? Where did it come from?
It was our
Child's for two.
It was our buddy Bobby's basement. So when we were all younger, we used to just go down there and smoke weed.
Nice.
Yeah. So we coined it the Bee Cave, and really anybody that just came through and hung out could essentially be a part of Bee Cave. So
that's pretty dope because that Bee Cave is known in BMX. I would say.
I think so, more so than I think,
Yeah, for the humble beginnings of just the homies basement, that's pretty great.
Yeah. There's a solid group of us. Like John Mayo, Liquid Bonus Grind.
Yeah.
Bobby Proctor, Mock Sean. our buddy Dewey.
The boys.
The boys, we've all been around doing it for years, and trying to make time to do it some more, but again, life.
So I want to hear your story from the beginning, but you said something earlier that made me want to ask this first, because like you've been in it. I was trying to do the math because I read this interview of BMX Union with Kurt and you were saying in 2011, I think you were riding for 14 years. So you've now been riding for 26, 27, almost 30 years, which is insane.
Yeah, dude.
And so you've seen eras come and go. And you said something about like trying to get along or involved in like the modern age of BMX. What would you say is the biggest differences between the BMX industry and world now versus even just 10 years ago or when you started?
I mean, when I started, I was a little kid, I was just going out to get it, there was no, I wasn't really aware of like the industry per se, so,
it's just, it was a big magical thing that was over there,
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I got a bike and ride it with my friends. That was all that we were trying to achieve. And even 10 years ago, I think BMX was just a little, everybody had more of like an individual style. I think BMX kind of, once Instagram started popping off and YouTube and all that, people see this is how you do a trick and they just want to replicate it because it already exists for them, so they're not trying to figure out how to do a trick their way. They can just go on YouTube and watch on how to a bar spin or how to tail whip or whatever it is. Yeah. So they're just trying to replicate it, and it becomes kind of boring,
For sure.
Nose bar, long nose manual bar. Everybody does the same bar with their hands still on the handlebar. It's just a different world, different time of BMX, and I'm not hating on it because people on bikes, riding bikes, and just enjoying it. That's what it's about.
This podcast is brought to you by Burn Slow. In a world where the pavement is your canvas and the streets are your playground, there's only one gear you need to ride in style. Burn Slow BMX apparel. Are you tired of blending in with the crowd? Want to stand out like a neon unicorn in a sea of gray pigeons? Look no further, my two-wheeled friend, because Burn Slow has got your back and your front and your sides. Picture this. You're shredding down the concrete jungle, turning heads left and right, pedals spin, tires grip, and jaws drop as you fly past mere mortals in your Burn Slow threads. Whether you're pulling off a sick 360 tail whip or just cruising to the corner store, you'll be doing it in style. And hey, who says safety gear? They don't sell helmets. With our helmets that shine brighter than the sun, whatever. So why wait? Upgrade your clothing and style and join the Burn Slow revolution today. Because life's too short to blend in when you were born to stand out. Burn Slow BMX, where the streets are hot and the tricks are even hotter. Thank you, Burn Slow. This episode is brought to you by Unity Ride Shop. Hey, all you cool cats and BMX bandits. Are you tired of riding around on an old clunker feeling like you're stuck in first gear? Well, fear not, because Unity Bikes is here to pump up your ride and your vibe. I should say Unity Ride Shop, not Unity Bikes, but... Located off of 43rd Avenue in Bethany Home, Unity Ride Shop is your one-stop shop for all things BMX and skateboard related, and finger bikes and fingerboards, and I think scooters too. We're talking wheels, decks, helmets, you name it. We've got it. But wait, there's more. We're not just a store, we're a scene. We host local jams that'll have you shredding like a pro and sponsor more local riders than you can shake a handlebar at. That's a fun phrase. So why settle for mediocrity when you can experience unity at Unity Ride Shop? Stop by today and let's turn those rusty rides into rad adventures. That's Unity Bike Shops off 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road in Phoenix, Arizona, because life's too short for boring rides.
No one's going to tell you. No one should tell you how or where or when to do a bike trick.
Fuck yeah. You can tell when somebody's having fun too. What sucks is when you see somebody who's like trying really hard to do something the quote right way and they're just upset if they can't,
I mean, you can take the slop. People, I think,
love the slop, dude.
A lot of people appreciate the slop more than seeing something done. Unless you're like Garrett, like even Garrett gets a little sloppy sometimes.
Yeah,
and
that's all relative too. Like Garrett, did you watch that Project X thing?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Dude, I'll send you $10. You gotta buy it. It's so good, dude.
My neighbor has it, so we've been planning on watching it just after work.
It's a 2-hour ordeal,
Yeah, it's in Denver, so
it took me a couple sittings.
we'll get there, you know.
But in that, Garrett does a feeble to 5, and then it looks perfect. And then he talks to the camera. He's like, "It was a little sketchy, but I'm,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm like, all right, if that's your slop, Garrett, god damn
yeah,
it."
yeah. It's all subjective, you know.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, that's a cool outlook. I think that I would argue that there are people that are like they have individual styles now, but there's more of the clones. So it's like there's the individuals kind of stick out more once you see them, and it's like, oh shit, they're sick because of the fact what you're talking about of just like they're doing their own thing. And it's almost like because I don't know, some of the best riders don't follow other riders. They're just in their own fucking world. It seems like the crazier you are, the better you are, the more fun you are to watch in BMX. Perfect example, Stephen Hamilton.
Right. So your bike riding is kind of just an extension of you and your personality traits, and that's it coming out in like a physical form.
Yeah, big time. What a cool thing. I don't know how many times I could just say BMX is cool. I love BMX. What a wonderful art form and expression of physicality.
Wouldn't be here where we are without BMX. So
for real, dude, it's amazing. The little network of people that we have around the world is sick. The fact that I could just hit you up on Instagram like, hey, I need an interview today. Will you do it? You know?
Yeah.
What you suggested, Case Taylor, which I actually filmed a video with him. Do you know Case Taylor?
Yeah. He's one of the kids. He grew up around. We rode Skater's Edge in Taunton. It's an indoor park.
Sick.
And he came up as a young little shredder and kind of just like blew the skate park out of the water. You know, there was like this period where he just excelled really fast and got really good really fast. And he's just exceptional. You know, he's an exceptional bike rider. He's a good kid. And yeah, it would be cool to see him, you know, talk.
I agree.
he's a good kid. He's a little wild card, but it would be funny to see him on the other end too, you know.
He is a fucking wild card, dude. I filmed a video of him at Volcom Skate Park. Did you see that? It's probably his latest web video that came out, but okay, I'll send it to you after. Yeah. The first thing he did when we got to that park, it's his local, so it's like no big deal for him. But let's see. Actually, I'll pull it up. But he just flares out of the deep end of the bowl. Like you've probably seen him do it, but like it's like 15 feet above coping. I'm like, dear Lord. Let me put this up here.
He can't straight air.
Yeah, literally, it's absolutely insane. Let's see.
Yeah, I did catch this one.
Yeah, it was fun to make. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, insane, man.
Flare bar. Yeah, unreal. And he's, you know, he kind of jokes around about like, I got to get street with it. And then he does like a opposite whip and then a 180 double bar. Just like perfect, like too good. You know, he's not street. Case is not street.
No, he's not, man. I mean, he does. There's some things in the city that he's done that like, basically there's just this huge wall. It's probably like 10 feet high, you know, and he's going to ride street. So he finds the biggest thing and tail whips off it, you know, and it's like,
yeah.
Bro, like that was crazy, but like absolutely like no question, just like I'm gonna tail up off that. Okay,
I love it.
You know, like balls to the wall.
He's got a baby himself now.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Case. Let's make it about Chris Childs, dude.
Man, it's all good.
I kind of know the origin story from reading the interview. So briefly, it's like your older brother and the influence of him and his friends pedaling really fast at dirt jumps. And then you're like, I want to do that. And then you started doing that. And I could tell by your riding, I was looking at your video parts. I was like, this guy raced for sure. Like you have that bike control, which is unbelievable. But I want to know, like, I guess when it started, cause like, it's all fun. And then you realize, oh shit, I'm pretty good. I don't know if that ever happens for you, but like, what's your first BMX videos you're seeing and first BMX videos you make of yourself? Tell me about the early days, neck pillow. Damn, that makes me think of Stevie.
Oh my God, right? Yeah, I was thinking about him earlier. But early days, you know, just racing videos. I can't even remember. Probably like Criminal Mischief or something like that one of my brother's buddies had. And
how old are you, by the way?
33.
Same. All right, cool.
Right.
Carry on.
Yeah. What was it? Nachos. This video called Nachos. It was like mostly dirt. It was like West Coast. Like DMC was in it. Sean Butler. There's a lot of trails and
Ooh, a
like
video from
parks and stuff.
1998.
Yeah, yeah. That was the first. Actually, that was the first video that I ever grabbed from. It was a bike shop called Royce in Attleboro, and for whatever reason, that video stuck out, and I played that thing through so many times. It was a sick green cassette tape.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, this was kind of like
just pure. So that's why you can backflip. Is this video?
Yeah, this was like what my introduction to what BMX kind of was outside of like seeing
just races,
my brother and racing and like going to the skate park. So I was already going to a skate park called Impact by like 98, 99. It was called Impact. Kevin Robinson, RIP. It was his skate park, and it was just a core BMX skate park. Everything was like really gnarly, and that's, I started out not being able to jump the box jump, and so then eventually jump the box jump, hit the quarter after box rhythm, like first 6 foot coping spine, just like lawn darted over it, like no
flat.
Yeah. Just like my bike at that time, I was only, I'm like 8, 9 years old, and I was riding a Hoffman George Dirt Merchant. It's a 20-inch bike with, probably a 20-inch top tube. And so this thing's like huge on me. So I had no way of finessing it, but I knew I wanted to get over that thing. So you see the dudes like cruising it, going up and down, super stylish, hitting like the quarter on the other side and coming back. And just dropped in. Was like, all right, this is the one, I'm going for it. Just straight over, land flat. I don't think I touched it again, for years, like, and then skate park eventually closed down a number of years later. So that was probably the biggest like moment of like putting down that like fear of trying something on a bike. Like, okay, I am able to surpass this, like
the barrier, the like the oh shit barrier.
Right.
Yeah, that's real. How old are you at this point?
Then probably not between 8 and 10. I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy.
How wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know what a BMX was when I was 8 or 9. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
So then it's just like a hobby as you grow up, and are you like, I mean, I guess I'm curious like what your family's like and what your life was like and when you're 10, 11, 12 years old, like what was young Chris Child's life like?
It was pretty chill. It was just all bikes, we skied and snowboarded in the winter. My dad was a cyclist. He did a lot of mountain bike races and road races, and he wasn't like super competitive, but he was an avid cyclist. He still is.
Sick.
So that was kind of what kind of kept it going along, like he had a passion for bikes. So when I showed, like I'm into this, like this is cool, he was just all about it,
Fuck yeah.
Gonna go this
I can only imagine.
You want to go to this skate park, there's this race coming up, there's, we raced at a couple different tracks throughout the week. We'd race down Cape Cod, we race in Johnston, Rhode Island, behind this bowling alley, Wakefield, and we go to all these tracks in a week, and skate park. So it was like, It was just a full push,
Yeah. Did you ever win anything racing?
Yeah, I've won my share of races. I wasn't necessarily like the fastest guy on the track, but I could just ride better. I think
you were built different.
yeah. I think I knew how to ride the track more so than like push my gear. So I was like a scrawny kid, and I kind of got out of it when people started like hitting like growth spurts. Around like 14, 15. I'm still a little dude, and these kids are hitting these growth spurts and sprouting up and looking like real
adults.
Yeah. And I would just finesse the track and ride the track in a fun way, that made it gave me that little bit of edge, even though I wasn't necessarily winning every race,
What
But
do you mean ride the track better?
just being able to, instead of
Instead of rolling through something, you jump through
right,
something?
jump through something, manualing, pole manualing,
Yeah.
um,
Bike
just
control shit.
riding rhythm section. Rhythm sections were always my favorite. So just riding rhythm sections differently and
Yeah.
being able to choose different lines, not just a single file line through like roll, 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 roll.
Right.
Uh,
You
so
can roll, gap, roll, like
yeah,
many gap, many, dude, to be able to just like be on a manual and pump through like 5 or 6 things in a row has got to feel fucking amazing.
yeah, it's fucking.
And looks way easier than it is, I'm sure.
Hold on, I gotta get a charger. Find the gap.
You good?
Yeah,
Oh.
racing was fucking pretty awesome. And having like a kind of a skate park, like just an all around BMX background, made it that much better. You know, you could utilize the skills that you learned at the track, bring it to the skate park, and vice versa. You know, and that was kind of like important. My dad kind of instilled that in me.
What? And still what?
Just like just
Using the track? Ride everything.
Ride everything. The skills that you can use from one to the other, you know, they're going to go back and forth, and that's going to make you a better rider.
Hell yeah. That's facts.
Yeah. There's something like, you know, I was learning how to air. I figured out how to air and everything. He was like, all right, now why don't you try to air the other way? You can do it this way, try it the other way. And then soon enough, it'll just be, you won't even think about it. And that'll open up so much more that you can ride at a skate park.
Yeah. Dude, you had a BMX coach as a dad? That's amazing.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah, it's like he was never. It was never like, you know, BMX dad. Like, sorry.
Of course, the cliche of the over aggressive BMX race dad that comes into the bike shop.
Yeah, there was no reason to win or lose. It's just we're out here riding bikes, going to nationals, whatever, riding different tracks. It was about being there and doing it.
Sick.
And that's the best part about BMX, you know.
Yeah, big time. Here's the thing about BMX.
Here's the thing. It's fun. It's fun.
When did you put pegs on? And when did you first get into, I guess, quotation marks, freestyle?
I mean, freestyle was always a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, so again, you know, 98, 99, I was going to skate park. So that's
freestyle.
That was freestyle. You know, I was learning how to do no foot cans and crank flips and, you know, bar spins and all like whatever, all the tricks and whatnot. Pegs went on off and on over the years.
What was the first grind you learned?
Feeble? I couldn't tell you. Probably a feeble. There's
I had to guess. Everybody's first grind is a feeble.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes the most sense. But there's a ledge behind this supermarket convenience store called Rojack's. It's just like a New England place. They don't exist anymore. There's a ledge that was just low enough, but just tall enough to grind. But I was so small that I couldn't necessarily bunny hop up it. So I would set up a stick, like I'd grab a stick or something just to kind of like give my front wheel that little extra oomph.
A little bump.
Yeah. So that was beginning of learning how to grind before actually having adult strength.
And then fast forward to your, I think, welcome to S&M. You do a bump jump off a curb to gap rail, which is fucking nuts. I think it's in that part. I watched them all back to back, so I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah.
Built different, maybe, but it was notable. I was like, God damn, that bump jump over, like you just hit a little sidewalk, and then I think it was a kinked, but I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
It was an up rail. It was a kinked up rail and then to over.
Yeah,
so you bump jump, gap to rail to kink to hop over. It's nuts.
Yeah, that one was fun. That was one of those. It's like,
which one was that actually?
I think that was my welcome to S&M.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe it was in there. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, this one.
It didn't seem, when you look at it on your feet, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really look like too easy. but it was easy enough. Like
Was it
people
easy
want,
enough? I mean, it's just mental, I think. Like the
yeah,
actual trick doesn't seem like it's too difficult, but it's scary as fuck to do a bump jump to rail. That's nuts.
yeah. And when you see people like go up rails too, a lot of people even hop that far already, you know.
That's true, huh?
So
Yeah.
I'm really bad at up rails. I kind of just crash into them. Like I, for whatever reason, can't hold my momentum up them.
Yeah.
So having the bump definitely made it like more feasible for me, you know.
Yeah. Makes it cooler, honestly.
Yeah, true.
So let's continue linearly. And like, is there some accolades in racing that you're proud of that I should know about?
You know, I don't know, man. I mean, I have a lot of trophies, and like I said, I was never
How
on
many
top.
trophies, bro? How many trophies you got, bro?
Hundreds over the years. When you're a little kid and you're going 3 different tracks a week, you know, and
Hell yeah. Hundreds of trophies. Let's go,
so
champ.
they're all in my parents' attic, and that's not even probably half of them that we've gotten. But yeah, I mean, just going to races, just making mains, I think at like nationals and regionals was kind of like the personal objective. So
What does
yeah,
that mean? Because I don't really know the race world. So if you make mains, that means you're in the like final squadron in the biggest stage.
You know? So depending on what sanction you were racing in, there was different ways to qualify to get into the main. But so basically, there's 30 kids in this class, you know, so you have semis. So it just breaks it down into tiers until you get to final 8. So there'll be, you know, you have a semi, where you have remotos, and then your semis, and then mains or whatever. So everybody, they just filter it all down to 8 riders.
Yeah.
And that's always the objective, you know. Winning's cool, but getting into the main is, I think, is good enough.
Huge. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's great. Okay, so post racing, what was your first? I think I've asked a bunch of people this, but it's a good question. What was your first taste of like the BMX industry? Like your first sponsorship, and how did it come about?
I mean, I had like sponsors through bike shops for racing.
Yeah,
but they're like kind of, it's like a grassroots program essentially. You know, you're on a team, whatever. But my first like actual sponsorship was DK.
I knew it was DK from the union interview. Yeah.
So yeah, DK. Brian
Who
Hunt.
was running it? Yeah, Brian Hunt.
Brian.
Sorry if I'm just asking questions and interrupting.
No, that's cool. Brian Hunt was just he put me on basically. So they were starting this program called Damn Kids, and they had a video in like '98 or something, or year, I don't even know the time frame. Don't quote me on that. But they had a video called Damn Kids, and they tried to reintroduce this program to get younger riders on, and eventually, you know, move them up. So, yeah, it was '98. So,
yeah.
So yeah, that's where the idea kind of stemmed from. They just repurposed the name for this this AM program. And that
when
was
is this? When was the AM? Like, when did you get sponsored by DK? Look at Young Lee with the handlebar, dude. That's crazy.
Probably, I can't. It's all Dan Winkleman.
Rest in peace.
I don't know. 2008, 2009. Yeah, it's
nice.
Time's a son of a gun.
My first sponsor was 2008 too, dude. Look at us go.
Yeah,
GT, dude. Yeah.
So
GT then, versus DK. Let's go. We're rivals now.
Yeah, still, man. Yeah, so that was kind of like what set it off. Getting introduced to Catfish, and they were doing a whole lot at that time. They always did. Around then, I feel like they were doing a lot in general. So kind of just got roped into that. You know, it was my first trip to Europe.
Damn.
First trip to South America. You know, yeah. So
let's not just breeze over that. What was it like getting on? Like, who you were talking to, Brian Hunt, and he said, "I'm gonna get you a bike." And then who was your manager, and how did these trips come about, and what were they for?
I mean, Brian he was like, "Hey, we're starting this program with DK. Do you want to ride with DK?" You know, yeah, sure. You know, like
Yeah.
that's, and then it kind of just snowballed from there into Brian picking me up to go, because he's from New Hampshire. So when we go somewhere, he'd pick me up. We'd go, to Woodward or, Ohio or something. Um, and it just, yeah, that was kind of like, just
Like,
like
do you
trying
remember? Was
to
it emails or all phone calls? You know what I mean? Like the little
emails, phone
tangible pieces
calls.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say. Emails for sure, phone calls, and working at the shop too, the bike shop. So, it kind of had like the system cycle, their distro, the DK's distro system cycle. So they, kind of went through them. So it was easy to kind of stay in touch and contact and what have you. Yeah, they sent me on a trip to Colombia, my first overseas trip.
Like
Um,
Colombia.
Colombia, yeah,
Colombia.
yeah. We went
Yeah,
to
sick.
Bogota.
Yeah.
So and I'm like totally like culture shocked. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
My bag doesn't show up with my bike and all my clothes in it. And I'm
Damn.
like, what do I do? What is going on? And as a dude, the airport's absolutely insane, and I'm like, my bag, I didn't have a ticket for my bag. Couldn't find it. There's a dude with a sign. There's Chris Childs on it. And I was like, okay, all right. So this is, and I'm trying to like, he barely spoke English, very broken English, like enough to like, happy, good, yeah, tired, and trying to like translate that my bag didn't come. They're like, all right, well, do you want to talk to somebody? No bag. All right, so get in a car. We go into Bogota, and all I have is a backpack and no bike or anything for 2 days, and just kind of hanging around. There was this contest that I was like judging, watch all the kids shred, and it was sick. It was crazy. They like wouldn't let me go. There was like always a perimeter around me of like people. They're like, don't stray away from like the group, don't,
Huh. Yeah.
like I was like 19, 20 or something. And I'm just like totally just, I don't know what's going on. I can't understand everyone. Everyone's smiling, being nice. It's like, this is cool. So then eventually my bike comes and we grab my bike. I go to somebody's apartment to build it. And I build my bike. We leave. I have my backpack on. And we go get on a bus and drive 8 hours into the mountains. And I'm like, I didn't realize what was going on, where we were going. And all I had was a backpack and a notebook, something to like sketch in, whatever, take notes down. Like no clothes. And for a week, like over a week, just like
In the mountains.
like up in this like village. It was really cool.
Now is this scene hair? Like I saw in your grow up part, you had that clip where Steve Crandall's interviewing you and you have like piercings and scene hair. And I was like, look at young Chris Childs, dude.
Right. That was a weird time, man. A weird time. But I wasn't alone. Everyone was.
It was hip, dude. It was cool.
Yeah, for whatever reason. But it was like kind of after that, it was a number of years after that. I was just a normal person with
regular, a normal guy. Just a regular guy.
So we got to ride a bunch of sick skate parks and hang out and ate the best I've ever eaten. I came back like super lean. All the food was fresh. Like the chicken that we ate was literally killed out back a couple hours before, pissing and shitting in a hole in the ground. Like it was sick.
I think that's an admirable way to live for sure.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. Everyone, like the whole community, the community was kind of surrounded this huge skate park, and like they had like dirt jumps and stuff, and they were all about like skate park life, like all alternative fucking things, biking, skating, anything that wasn't, just
traditional sports.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It
dope.
was really cool.
What can I look up for Chris Childs DK years? I can't find anything. I'm searching Chris
Oh,
Childs
man.
DK bikes, maybe
Yeah,
Colombia.
there's a few like random videos that me and my buddies probably did. There's a couple props that we did some DK trips on, and I don't even know. I haven't thought about DK and
Yeah, it's been
years. I mean, it
ages.
was an awesome time,
How did
but
it? So everything comes to an end. How did the DK era end for you?
it was just I got a phone call and they're like, "Hey, Chris, things were kind of like changing. They got bought out by Huffy, and they're I think they were just taking a step back. I think things were just changing. They became a family-owned brand into like this corporate um,
Yeah,
brand.
we got to
So
cut costs.
yeah, and you just
Were
got
you
to
even a
call.
cost at that point? Wouldn't it just be a bike and maybe travel sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, there was Catfish got us doing some. He was doing the most, So
Yeah.
there was definitely a lot of money spent on having us go ride bikes and
Dope.
maybe filming a video,
Yeah,
just kind
that's great, dude. Shout out Catfish. That's
of,
amazing.
yeah. So got a phone call like, hey, we're gonna have to let you go. So and so's getting let go too. Like it wasn't just me; it was pretty much the whole team, with except for maybe I was the only one. I don't fucking know.
Would I know anybody else that was on the team at the time?
Like Brian Hunt, Drew Bazanson,
Oh fuck, stacked. Okay, yeah,
Shane Beardsley,
yeah.
Flatland dude from Georgia.
What about
Uh,
Chris Doyle?
Doyle left.
That was kink years for
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah. For
Yeah.
Doyle, I was his replacement. Kind of, but yeah, now it's
Chris 2.0.
yeah.
He could hit trails. He could tabletop real good. How's
Yeah,
your 360 tapes?
they're all right. Not like Doyle. They're more tables rather than inverts, I will
Bro,
say.
I don't care what you say. You're in, I think it was either Grow Up or Built Different. I think Built Different, the second clip, over 360 turn down over that fence where it's like a fucking late turn down. I was like, oh, he's
Yeah,
three and over
yeah.
the fence. And then he clicks a turn down. I was like, God damn, dude,
Yeah.
it's so sick.
I will say I was trying to 5, but as I got I did the 3 turn down, I was like, I might as well just kind of use that momentum to try to 5.
Yeah.
But as the tries went on and getting like tired, I started like clipping the fence, just like overthinking it. I started like snagging the fence a little, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna.
That's
like,
where danger comes.
That was fine. That was sick, but yeah,
That's beautiful.
It took a little effort to get to the 5. Like I almost got there, and then I just started backtracking, and it was like, all right.
Oh, that's so nuts, dude.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a first clip. Just that's so
that was fun.
Yeah, the 5 would be fucked, but that I think is cooler than the 5.
Yeah. I think the 3 has better flow to it. Like the 5, I probably could have done and weaseled my way out of it. But
are you talking about 5 with a turn down?
Yeah, because
Jesus Christ,
there was a few of them that I did that when it came out of the turn down, it kind of gave me a little extra like momentum to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then as the tired, sweaty hands, hunger hit, it was just like, all right, now we're going backwards. So let's just take it and roll with it. And
dude, what does that feel like? I'm trying to think. Like it's like so short story. Matt Ray did a 5 bar off of a 3 block in town, and I was trying to like use my imagination to coach him, and he was just doing a bunch of 5s, and then he would do a bunch of trucks, and I was like, you have to do a truck to late 180, so it feels like 2 different things. And then what I'm thinking about with this fence and you jumping over it is like a 540 turn down has to feel like a 180 to late 360 turn down to fake. It's such a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, it's you're doing a fakey 3 turn down in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you have to tuck up to go over the fence. That's wild.
Yeah, that rail hop's super fun. It's it was just a fun session at that spot in general.
Fuck yeah. That was the fun little tangent. I'm sure we'll touch your shit again. But DK ends, and then is it the Sunday era after that?
Yeah, it was DK. I went to pretty much went straight to Sunday Sunday Pro. I think I just like jumped right on. There was like a little bit of a gap. But yeah, got on Sunday, filmed that part with Walter. And
Which part? The Welcome to Pro?
Welcome to Sunday part.
Nice.
That was probably one of my favorites as a whole, I think. As like street and trails that like I think it encompassed most of my riding. That was like kind of like my pre-pegs era. One of my bigger influences in the growing up was Garrett Burns.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Garrett Burns.
So I really admired his riding growing up and liked utilizing like pedal grinds and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. That's the shit I'm talking about, dude. That looks so fun.
Yeah, Rip Cumby. These haven't been there for a number of years.
Damn.
Yeah.
There you are. That's Chris Doyle right there. Chris Doyle
right.
2.0, baby. What was it like working on this with Walter? Was this your first time meeting him?
It wasn't my first time meeting him. A couple years prior, I randomly, he's come through like shooting for props and everything like that. So kind of had like when I was like really young, that interview photo that at the beginning of my grow up part. So that was, I was like 15 then, 15, 16 or something.
The Steve Crandall interview part?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Bone Death. So
yeah, tell me about that real quick. What was that?
Bone Death?
the interview. Like what is the context of that?
So it was a prop segment, and they interviewed different people, but it was
Look at this kid, dude. I love him.
Yeah, Walter. It was just so awkward that Walter didn't want to use it. He's like, I feel bad. Like this is really. It's just too awkward, I don't want to do this to this kid.
Yeah.
Look at
the lip piercing, dude. I love it.
That's Steve Crandall, and I'm freaking out. That's Steve Crandall.
Fuck
and
yeah.
Props, like I'm having a full-on panic attack.
It's so good. So what was Props doing there? Just doing like a normal issue thing?
Yeah, they were doing. I forget what they went all the way up like the East Coast. It was like a New England scene kind of. I think they did the New England scene report in that issue. So that was probably the most notable event that was happening through that, and it was huge. It was fucking sick, man. It was the biggest eye opener into BMX. Like you see like ghetto street jams and FBM contests and everything. Like it was just that. It was the adjacent version of those guys, but Bone Death did it. And those dudes.
What was it called?
Bone Death.
Bone Death. Just the event was called Bone Death?
Yeah.
That was where the brand came from?
The brand came from a dude called Bone. He has a big, if you watch the segment, he's got a big Bone Death tattoo. They call him Bone Death. Drinking diesel with the Crusher,
Sick. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's badass. So we were talking about Walter, our boy Walter.
Yep. So yeah, I got linked up. I randomly saw him before getting on Sunday. So I was in Austin when I was still riding for DK. I randomly ran into him at Whole Foods. He was like, "Hey, Chris," and I'm like, "Oh shoot, what's up?" Like, "Oh, you want to shoot some photos while you're in town?" I was like, "All right, sick. Yeah, that's cool." And we went to 9th Street, shot a couple tables, and some portraits, whatever, and that was kind of about it.
Yeah, but at least you know him.
Yeah, so now we developed a friendship already.
Yeah,
well, right then we did. So
right.
This whole Sunday thing comes along. He heard that I got dropped from DK. He was just like, "Hey, do you want to come on board with?" I think we were working on this part. We were filming already, I believe. So and then we just
made it official.
This is back in Providence. So yeah, we were working on something else, and so we just used it for Welcome to Sunday instead of whatever. It was kind of, I think it was like intended to be like a sponsor me tape.
Nice.
Because I was I wasn't sponsored, you know. So
Right.
we were just using it. We're shooting photos, whatever, for when Walter was shooting for Ride UK. So it was kind of all for the Ride UK.
Sick.
All these photos are in the issue and whatnot. Walter was filming long, shooting a photo, and he was crazy, man. It was insane how he used to fucking function.
Multimedia.
My foot didn't touch, just so you know.
Hell of a clip.
I still would have done it the other way if anybody has any problem with that.
Dude, it's a treat to watch that. Actually, it's been a minute, but that's like kind of my first taste of Chris Childs. I think back in those days when I was like,
probably
oh my
notable like standout.
Yeah,
other than being like a local kid is okay on a bike, you know.
Fuck yeah. That's cool. And just straight to pro team. I love it. What does that mean? Were you getting a paycheck?
Yeah. Contract, paycheck. It was
how much? How much did you make at Sunday?
I can't even remember. Maybe $300 bucks, $400.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty reasonable considering the state of BMX. Just in general.
Like there's a range, I think, of like pro paychecks, and it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody over like $1,500 a month.
I mean that's crazy.
That's a good amount for a pro BMX rider.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have been working if that was the case.
Big time.
I would have just been traveling, filming, and riding.
Yeah.
DK Sunday, linking up with Walter. Walter also did the most with Sunday. Everybody was just gung ho. The team was sick.
This is your Hunger Days right here.
Yeah. This was like kind of like the jump start to trying to live that BMX life.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, it was cool, man. We did a lot of trips. We spent a lot of time on the road in the van, and did a lot of awesome trips. I can't thank Walter enough, and Sunday, you know. They put him on, he put me on, and
fuck yeah,
we did a lot of good trips, man. You know.
Yeah. What I mean, it's impossible to talk about every single trip, but the one that sticks out that is like monumental was Odyssey versus Sunday in the Northeast. Like, I'd like to hear a little bit about the making of that, the behind the scenes, and how long you were there and all that.
I'm still here.
Were you? Yeah. Fuck.
I'm still here.
Did they crash at your place?
Yeah. So the house is right next door.
No shit.
Yeah. So Walter was actually coming to. I'm gonna go for a walk. Walter was coming to shoot some photos and work on some projects, and he was staying.
Hold on, dude. I gotta say it out loud. There's this Instagram account called BMX Cum. I see the house. Have you heard of BMX Cum? It's so small right now, but they have another one called NASCAR Cum. And you just said Walter is coming, and then you paused, and they're 100% going to clip that and post it.
That's it.
Okay, sorry. So I saw that. I saw the house from Odyssey versus Sunday.
Yeah. So Walter I was living across the street, and so Walter basically, they were for sale. So it piqued his interest. So we, went around, looked at the houses, and that one next door is the Odyssey versus Sunday house. And it was before, so he was like kind of gutting it and doing a bunch of work to it and everything to get it livable and rentable. So in that time period, he was like, why don't we just get the team out here as a whole and make a fun project out of it? So it was over the course of like 3 months, maybe. It was like a summer. So people would come in intermittently, whatever time they could spare. Some dudes stayed for a couple of weeks, some dudes stayed for a week. That was a fucking sick project. It was
super sick project.
Excuse me.
Is that a little brewski? What do you got?
Yeah.
I just realized we're on the wrong side of the screen. I'm supposed to be over here, dog. You're over there. All right.
Whatever.
Ooh, all day IPA, baby. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good tasty little beer. It's like pretty low in alcohol content, so it's fairly chill to have a couple throughout the day.
Yeah.
While the sun's still up, you don't I don't know.
Did you ever succumb to the BMX party lifestyle while you were in your heyday?
Maybe not the BMX party lifestyle, but I
The
partied.
party lifestyle? Yeah.
I partied.
All right.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but yeah, everybody goes through it. I feel like to a certain extent.
Yeah. How did you navigate not fucking falling off with that? Could you see the temptation to, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of writers where it's like, I just drink and do drugs now, and then they just fall off.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say drugs so much, but I'm not gonna lie if I don't say that like drinking hasn't been a problem. You know, I like to drink.
Yeah. Me too. I have to. I'm like extreme. I either have to like be sober for months or just I'm drinking every day. You know.
Yeah. I mean, whether it's a little bit here or there, or I drink probably every day. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Whether
That's
it's
okay.
whether it's in excess or not. You know, kind of. It's every day's a new day.
Yeah, every day's a new day, baby.
But taking it easy does make your next day the day after better. So
oh yeah,
I'm not condoning drinking like excessively, but you know, if you can kind of keep yourself in control, everybody loses control at some point, and that's if you got to be able to see it. You know, it's hard. That's hard to say. You know, it's a tough place for people to be on the outside that are like, hey, maybe you should slow down. You know.
Yeah. When other people are like, "Oh, that dude drinks a lot," it's like, "Oof, that sucks."
Yeah.
And some people, like my girl, can just have, you know, one beer and then that's it. And I'm like, dude, what? Because like if it's a cliff, I can do one, but then that's a whole thing. I'm like, I just had one beer. That's amazing. And then I go home, but like everything in me wants to keep drinking. And as soon as I have two or three, then it's just off to the races and I want to get drunk, you know, and I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, it's a slippery slope.
The slipperiest.
It can be, and I think it depends on where you're at in life, what your mental state is. Because like, there's days, you know, I could be on top of the world, get drunk, and be totally like
miserable.
This is great, and then you know have a bad day, and then have the same, you know, have like 4 beers, and that like those bad thoughts in your head are just like they're so much bigger, you know,
amplified. Yeah,
you know, so I think it's kind of
I agree, because it's not like it's a magical potion that makes you happy. It's like it's a potion that amplifies whatever you're feeling. So if you're depressed, you're just going to be like numbly harder depressed when you're drunk, you know.
Yeah, sad drunk is a
sad drunk is real.
Sad drunk is you know, and that's, you know, it kind of just depends on what somebody's got going on in their life, or like what I have going on in my life.
Yeah. What's the saddest drunk you've ever? What's your saddest, drunkest moment? Your sad drunk moment.
Go there.
Okay. you've been through some sad shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we don't need to go there. But mental health is crucial, is key. You know.
What do you do to keep your mental health good?
Now, look at my baby.
Fuck yeah.
You know, pat my dog. You know, just
bomb. Yeah,
just kind of, I don't know, smoke some cigarettes. I really need a cigarette really bad. I'm probably gonna take you outside.
Yeah, fuck yeah, do it. I'm a nicotine fiend myself, dude.
Yeah, half the jewel doesn't hit the same, but
yeah, I do miss cigarettes.
It's just like kind of keeping, you know, everybody's going through something at some point, and you kind of gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's like if somebody's like actively trying, or you can, you know, it's all situational. You never really know what somebody's going through, and you really can't hold shit over people.
Yeah,
unless they really do you dirty, then it's like, well, screw you. You know, like,
yeah,
if somebody's in a bad mood and they lash out and they say something ridiculous, it's like, oh, you know, like, see where you're coming from, like whatever. But if we can chalk it up tomorrow and clear the air, like that's cool. Let's continue on with our friendship. But you know, like some shit you can't turn back from.
Yeah. Well, that makes me think that you have something in mind. You've met a lot of people in BMX? Anybody cross you, dog?
Oh no.
You seem like a pretty chill, amicable guy.
I'm a nice guy. I'm pretty level-headed,
Yeah.
you know. I try to be as, understanding of people and their situations as possible, and I would like to think I would like to receive the same, yeah. That's nothing in particular, just life and people and dealing with things, and yeah.
It's ironic that such a nice person can ride so mean. You ride like an asshole. You ride so savage, dude. It's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, everybody's got their dark side, I would say, and
for sure.
It's just not. If you let that be the thing that defines you, then you're that guy,
Yeah.
So just be nice to people, and you'll probably get treated nicely back.
Fuck yeah, that's a good rule. I can tell you got a good dad. Let's talk about Odyssey versus Sunday. Just tell me the highlight for you, like a single moment.
And
which one do you think is better? I mean, Sunday obviously wins. They got 1 million views. Was it a thing? Did you guys pick a winner? I forget how this shit worked.
There was a voting system.
Yeah, and so clearly Sunday won.
Yeah, so clearly Sunday won. I think it was based off of views, in a certain time frame. I think that's how they did it.
Yeah.
Any like defining, shining moments? I don't know, man. It's tough.
What about your riding in it? Like, is there anything memorable from it that? You're in it, right? Am I tripping? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember you in it.
Absolutely destroyed fucking Providence.
Good fucking crew, dude. This was a pretty amazing squad, by the way.
Yeah, I think this was probably the heyday, in my opinion, of Sunday. As far as like productivity, doing things, and riders involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was one of my favorite clips from it was probably this. It's in New York. There was this rail hop.
The famous rail hop.
Yeah, it's a really big rail hop. I kind of
this one.
Not that one.
Okay.
Little, might be further back.
There's Chris Childs. Chris Childs is coming. The audio from the music's not playing, is it?
It is not, no.
Okay, cool.
So this clip right there is probably my favorite. It's like
this one?
The one before. It's like that right there, gap wall over the kind of like over the hydrant above the electrical box.
Oof.
Yeah, that was. So, yeah, this one was fun. Yeah, all my stuff is Providence mostly.
It's so cool that it's all like it obviously happened at different times when different riders are in town and stuff, but it's such a nice cohesive piece. It feels like a team trip.
Yeah, I mean, it was for the most part, because there would be Odyssey dudes and Sunday dudes all in the house at the same time.
Yeah.
For a week or two, it was a one long trip, that got broken up into pieces.
See, that's mean right there, dude. The gap hanger's mean.
Yeah, this is my favorite clip.
Shoo! Fuck, what did that feel like? That probably felt pretty good.
Felt like it shouldn't work, but yeah, this clip right here
is gonna be happy talking about. Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
It's gonna
look at that pure joy.
Gonna get some backlash on that one.
But why?
Hey, that black man.
Black man did it.
He did it on the other side.
Yeah.
So Anthony did.
But did you know that when you did it?
I did, and I did it on the other side, not
on purpose because of that.
Yeah, because like if I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it. That was like there wasn't an option. I didn't go there to do it, but we were riding by, and I was like, oh,
look at this great rail hop.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's that, but he didn't pull it, so I'm gonna do it over here out of respect. And I threw it off, so it was kind of a line, So
yeah. Well, shout out Black Man. I don't know, Black Man. Are you mad?
I got no beef with Black Man. Black Man's sick.
Yeah. Black Man might come kick your ass, dude. He's got a fleet of cars. He will take a couple cars and come find you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like throwing shade on somebody's name by any means. It was just,
Of course not. It never is.
like, somebody double pegs this rail and didn't pull it, and somebody comes along and does it. Like,
Yeah,
does
you're
the
gonna be
rail
mad.
does the rail next to it, like, and pulls it, like,
Yeah.
how mad can you really be?
Exactly.
It wasn't like a flex.
Right. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And congratulations on winning that Odyssey versus Sunday.
Thanks, man.
That's interesting that it's like your next door house. That's wild, actually.
Yeah. Walter, he owns this apartment that I'm in and the one next to it.
Nice. Good for Walter, dude. That's fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and
Fuck,
he's just
I want to get into real estate.
I mean, I don't think you do, really. Maybe not renting apartments, but it's kind of a headache.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the future for me is something with real estate, just because I've been around it for like 8 years now, doing my video work for people who make so much more money just doing real estate. And I think about what they actually do, and it's just like it's not hard. You're just talking to people, and a couple specific things, but that's it.
I feel it's definitely a grind, though.
It's not a magic thing.
Yeah. So this is also my S&M. My S&M BTM in my signature brick color. I got some profile hubs on it. Cool profile bar pad that a customer of mine made. And this is a bike I found in the trash. It's actually a pretty decent bike. Kind of lived outside in the winter.
That's what does the sticker say? Born to mob?
Born to mob.
Sick.
Yeah, it's the S&M BTM frame.
Yeah.
Just a regular one.
Whose bike is the BTM? Hoder?
Hoder, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
cool.
Bro, you should know these things.
I think I did know that thing. I'm just saying it as a question, so I'm not too wrong. I know things, but I don't know shit.
I know, that's what I hear, man.
Yeah, the irony. Steven called it out. He's like, "Why is it called Kanode Knows? You don't know shit." I'm like, "You're right."
Kanode Knows.
It's called Kanode Knows. It's called that because I thought it was fucking catchy, and then I did not think it was gonna exist for this long. But whatever.
Yeah, it's sick, man. Run with it.
I just keep on doing it. I don't give a shit. It's fine. It's fun to talk to people that I wouldn't normally, So, like, when's the last time I called Chris Childs? Hey, how you doing? Tell me about your story.
Yeah. This is Remy. That's my neighbor's dog, Remy. He looks like a
distinguished gentleman,
like a kangaroo.
Yeah, dude, with the buff ass chest.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He'll take you out.
Hell yeah.
So here we are out front on the street.
That's a beautiful neighborhood, man.
Yeah, these are our grind boxes.
Sick.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. What kind of cigs do you smoke?
The Black American Spirits.
Dude, that's what I used to smoke, man.
Yeah,
that's a good man.
It's a full kind of cigarette,
Yeah, they last longer. Make you feel like a real man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more hooked on nicotine now than I was when I smoked cigs. Like now I don't go like 10 minutes without it. I'm fucking whatever.
Yeah, you're on the Zins, aren't you? Is that what
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm transitioning from Juul to Zyn, and it's a slow process because I still love the feeling of inhaling, but I need to just get off of that. Whatever. I don't know how people do it. I just saw Scott Marceau posted I think 90 days or 4 weeks or something off of nicotine free. And I'm like genuinely happy for him. I think that's the hardest drug to get off of.
It's tough. But
yeah.
My girl dropped it fucking cold turkey when she found
out she got pregnant. Yeah. I could do it if I got pregnant because the life of another human depends on it. But
yeah. It was. I don't think it was easy. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but
no, but you could do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
From what I heard, it's like 3 days of just like anxious, and then you're fine. Which
I think I don't know.
Have you ever done it? When did you start?
I don't know, man. Probably. I think when I turned 18, I bought my first pack, and
literally same here, dude.
Yeah.
But
it's I've gone like a couple months. When I was actually trying to save up to get my dog. I was trying to adopt her. So I'd put smoking down for a little bit until I acquired her. Just 10, 15 at that point, probably $12 a pack. Now like 15, it's fucked up. Um, yeah, it's
Dude,
hard. It was crazy.
that's very wholesome. You quit smoking so that you could save up for a dog. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I can't do it right now. I don't know why, but I'm sure I could. I'm capable for sure. But,
yeah, I can do anything I want to. I just don't want to stop nicotine.
Yeah, I like it.
I fucking love it, mate.
I also
right.
don't start smoking cigarettes if you don't smoke cigarettes right
Bro,
now.
do you remember in I think it was Road Fools, Chester Blacksmith has a clip where he talks to the camera and he's smoking a cig and he goes, "Don't smoke. It's bad." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember watching that as I think I was 18 and I just started. I remember the feeling of like buying a pack of Smooths and I'm like, it's fine, Chester, I won't continue it. And then just, you're fucking addicted.
I just want to try it.
I just want to do it every once in a while. It's fine. I used to be in like denial of being addicted and I would be driving to school or to college and I was like, okay, I don't want to smoke on my way there. So I put them in my trunk. And then halfway to school, I'm pulling over so that I can grab my cigarettes and then have a cigarette on the way to school. I was just like,
self-control, dude. That's that's a whole different battle,
Yeah, willpower. All right, back to you and your BMX career, the legendary Chris Childs. After, there's so much with Sunday. You guys did a lot. The process. What was the filming process for Grow Up? Do you have any stories of the legendary Mark Burnett? You're not too far away from him, right? Like, how far is Rhode Island from New York?
He's probably like 3.5, maybe 4 hours from me.
Yeah.
Like, it's far enough that it's like, yeah, we see each other often, especially not anymore, But yeah, Grow Up we filmed it within a year.
What?
I believe. It was. I believe most of it was filmed like within a year. We were crunching pretty hard.
That's insane.
Yeah. We drove across the states. Yeah, it was a pretty hard grind to make that video happen.
Fucking A.
Worth it, it was fun, but it was
what was it like? What was the process like? Tell me more.
So we'd go to a city. We started out in fucking, I can't remember where we started out. I think I flew to Sunday at Full Factory or something. We got in the Sprinter and we kind of just either picked people up or people flew in and just drove around the country. We stayed at Eric Elstrand's in not Minneapolis, in
Wisconsin. Is it Wisconsin? I don't know where he lives.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We stayed with him at his apartment for a good while. Like, this was super fun.
Tell me about this actually. This day.
We wanted to do this kind of like chase scene kind of thing. So we just posted on Instagram. We were doing a bunch of shop stops. All the trips, the riding trips, they were our reason to go to these places was to do shop stops.
Yeah.
So go do a shop stop one day, and then go out film, whatever. So that's kind of what held us over to make these things happen.
Yeah.
And so we were in, where is that? That's fucking 3rd and Army. We're San Francisco.
Cool.
So, or Oakland or whatever. So we put it out on Instagram. We have in the shop stop. We're gonna jam at a skate park, and if you want to be a part of this, like, chase scene, feel free. The more the merrier. We did this like sprinting scene a bunch of times. Like, it was. You could see kids being like, "Oh man,
I gotta pedal again."
Yeah.
What was it like? Was he on a bike filming it, or like in the back of a car?
In the back of the Sprinter.
Yeah.
So
sick.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Super fun. Good time,
Yeah. Is this towards the end of filming where you're like, all right, we have to wrap or like put it together?
I think this was getting close, but it wasn't like the end. The end was in sight, but it wasn't like final. But it was a push to make it happen because we're like, oh, we're only here for this amount of time. We got we're doing the shop stop, so we got to kind of like fit it into this block of time where people aren't going to get like spent or like, cold feet or whatever, and like be like, all right, I'm over this, whatever. So we had to do it fairly quick. But I don't know. I don't know where it's at in the
right. Yeah.
production of the video.
I ask because like a mediocre 2 is kind of coming to an end, and I'm starting to think like, oh fuck, I got to do like a party line thing for the intro, and I'm like, I need to like pencil out who and what and where and all that. Start planning some shit, make a theme. I guess hit me with top 2 memories from working on this shit.
Top 2 memories.
I mean, what a blur, huh? That's a crazy year.
Just basically living in the Sprinter, and there's a lot of time. Like, it's just a lot of time in the van. We went to Barcelona also, but
yeah, dude, that's a sick fucking clip for Barcelona, by the way. Like that's a standout. Oppo tapes to Smith gap over stairs is sick.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weenie at first, but I was like, I'll take it,
Yeah.
Like a video part, like a banger video part, I felt like it was kind of a little subpar, but you kind of need like the
filler.
Filler, yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna do filler, it should be at a really cool spot in Barcelona and something that you don't see, which is tables to Smiths. Like it's fucking awesome, dude. And then this Smith Easy at the end of this line is fucking so good.
This is probably one of my favorite clips. Just like the hop into the pole.
Yeah,
like starting the line, that was like my favorite part, I would say.
Super bomb.
Yeah, I think
almost Ian Schwartz inspired hopping into that pole. I think of Ian when I think of this spot. Yeah, you weren't. Did you ever get to experience meeting him?
No, he was
in all your days.
Yeah, he predates me for sure.
Yeah, it's so butt-tree. And then it made me think about the other thing I thought about when I was watching all your parts. I was like, this fucker, like, does he even ride a free coaster? It looks like you kind of start cassetting and then you bring it back and you're on it. Like, crazy looking.
Yeah, I go back and forth with the free coaster,
So was this clip on a free coaster, or is this you just making a cassette look really smooth?
This trip I was on a free coaster.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. So yeah. Now I ride. If I'm gonna ride a free coaster, I ride the Profile Z coaster.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand that hub. Like So here's my question. I kind of get the concept of it, like very like it makes the noise still or whatever. But like what I do is I make sure that I have the right amount of slack, so then I'm going backwards. I know when it's going to engage, and I can use pedal pressure for full cabs or 5 cabs.
Right.
Is it measurable like that with the Z coaster?
Yeah, for sure.
Does it become max slack? Is it like super tight when you're going forward, and then when you're going backwards, it just becomes max?
Yeah, there's a point in it like that is, say like a third of a crank is going to be like the amount of slack. So like that, there's a point where it stays in cassette, and then when you pedal back, if you pull it apart and look at it and like do the mechanism, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, but it makes sense when you like look at the internal
the shit. Yeah. I remember the first time taking a free coaster apart. It was like I want to say Federal, like back in the day, free coaster. And I was the first one was KHE reverse. I had like the OG one. And
I was like the most bomb-proof fucking baseline.
I was so scared of taking it apart though, dude. I was like, I don't want to break it. Taking a hammer to it to get the spindle out, or is that what it's called? Spindle, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
axle,
it's been
spindle.
Axle. It's been so long since I worked on a bike, but I did also used to work at a bike shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, this was my favorite hoodie. I lost it in Estonia at Simple Session.
Oh shit.
We were partying really hard, and
what's on it?
It's
Pentagram.
My boys from Boston, they had a brand called Hellhole. And it was a back patch that he made. And so we're at after party in Simple Session and getting a little loose. Everyone starts like cheering, whatnot. We're outside like in like this smoking glass room thing, and somebody walks in, everyone gets fucking rowdy, goes crazy, and I grab a glass off the fucking table and I toss it across the room,
it smashes off the wall, cuts Bruno Hoffman's fucking neck open.
What?
And I'm yeah, and I'm like, the dude next to me, he like looks at me, and I was like, nope. And I was just like, I think, I don't know who was there. I think Walter. I like grabbed Walter, and I was like, we gotta go. And like I see Bruno and his boy like walking up, and I was like, yo, Bruno, like I threw the glass, man. I'm sorry. Are you all right? You good? And he was like, yeah, man. It's all good. It's just a scratch. It's fine. You know, whatever German accent. I was like, all right, let me get you a beer. Let's go get a beer. He's like, all right, cool. You know, I'm going over to the bar. And these two fucking jacked Estonian security bouncers, they grab both my arms, fucking drag me through the party, up this like sketchy hallway, up to the second floor into the surveillance room. They're like, that's you. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, that is me. And I was like, I won't do it again. I'm sorry. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry. And I was like, well, what the fuck what's going on? They drag me and they just throw me out in the.
Dude, that's straight out of a movie. They got a surveillance room. Estonian bodyguards are dragging you there. That is wild. When was this? A Simple Session? What year?
And I can't remember. I bombed that contest. I just partied too hard and riding.
Yeah, tell me what it's actually like behind the scenes of Simple Session, because it's like, from what I understand, the biggest party night is also the night before the biggest contest day.
Yeah, they kind of fuck it.
So they're setting you up for failure, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you're really hungry and really trying to get that, you know, that cash grab. Yeah, I mean, Simple Sessions more just a party, I would say. Yeah, it was like too hectic, you know. There's so many people just like hungry for it, trying to like catch runs during practice. You know, you have to, you know, like I'm a capable rider, but like I would like to like session things, and like
right.
contests are weird. Some people are cut out for it, some people aren't. It was just too hectic that I probably took maybe 3 runs during practice, and then just went out and like bombed my run. You know, did try to do like a dip 3 and just fucking got a little too torqued and bailed, and that the rest was history. You know.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was cool seeing like all the dudes that you see in all the videos, like all the top dogs and shit. And the riding was awesome. You know, it was in the big arena, the Saku arena, I think it's called, or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was sick.
I recall. When you think of the party the night before and you think of those big names, who sticks out? Like, who do you remember having the best time? Who's the party lord over there? I imagine like Reed Stark has got to be the party lord.
Yeah, I mean, Reed's everywhere, man. He's always fucking around and shit. There's this French rider. He's a park dude. He's fucking ripped. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Kevin Kalkoff?
Not Kevin Kalkoff.
Pierre?
No. He's like a park dog. He's got super awesome style. Goes huge, rides fast. Fuck, man.
I want to know now. Maxime?
Chevron? Or no, not. Dude, I don't know. I can't even.
Yeah. Leave it in the comments. Who's the best French park shredder?
But yeah, we had a good time together, just chopping it up and smoking butts and
drinking beers.
Smoking butts, drinking beers.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
no, it was cool. I wouldn't do it again. You know, if someone was like, "Hey, you want to go Simple Session?" I'd be like, "Nah, that's cool." You know, I'll watch the highlights. You know, I'll see the highlights.
Yeah. That's one thing where, looking back on my little BMX career, I like really wish I could have experienced a Simple Session party, especially like in those years when it was okay to be partying. You know?
Yeah. It was fun. It was loose. Like every night was loose, and yeah, we did our Barcelona trip and then flew to Estonia from Barcelona, and it was like middle of winter. It was like freezing, so we didn't get to really see like Estonia seems like a beautiful place, but it was really raw when we were there.
Yeah.
So we were there just for the contest and then dipped after.
Yeah. I bet there's like an infinite amount of stories from Simple Session parties that I want to just
I bet some
slowly uncover, dude. Yeah. I want to slowly uncover. Oh, speaking of Mark Burnett, Look at him. Look at him right there.
Yeah. Mark was
Mark.
he was my little bro, dude.
Hell yeah. I guess let's just go. That was a fun, simple session tangent. Let's continue on this grow up part, and then we'll keep it going linearly.
I want to flip that thing. I wanted to flip that day, but I wasn't prepared mentally, and I think I would prefer a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely put a helmet on and do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be fucking sick. I mean, if somebody out there wants to go and do it, feel free.
Yeah. But, how are you feeling on your bike, by the way, compared to like, when was this? 8 years ago? 7 years ago? Do you feel like you're past your prime? Do you feel like you're in your prime? How is Chris Childs feeling on his bike right now?
I feel great. Like it's
fuck yeah.
This was definitely more so, I would say, in like peak performance as far as like picking up your bike and doing a bunny hop bar without like,
and no warmies.
Yeah. So like this was peak performance, I would say.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I feel.
Did you break his camera there, by the way?
No.
It survived?
Yeah, it survived.
Cool.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
That was like, oh shit! Like as soon as I landed, like I see Walter, like right, I'm just like, oh fuck, man.
What happened to your hair? Bring back the wild long hair.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I go through
phases.
Grow it out, cut it. Hair grows back if you're fortunate enough.
Yeah, right. I want to soak it all up before I go bald later.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna go bald? Have you learned like where it comes from?
I don't know. My dad's got a decent set of hair, so I don't know. They say there's a rhyme or reason to it, but I don't really.
Yeah, dude. What somebody said to me that has fucking given me anxiety ever since they told me is just like it comes from your mom's dad, and my mom's dad is bald as fuck, he's dead now, but he was bald as fuck. But my dad has great hair, and I still have good hair, so we're chilling. Yeah, it's pretty great that you can do things both ways. That makes me think of what you said about your dad. You can air this way. Why don't you air that way? If you can wall ride a 15 stair this way, why don't you wall ride a 15 stair that way?
Why limit yourself to? It's like riding 4 pegs, like people. It's really opened up a lot of doors for people's like skill development. Being able to grind. Some ledges aren't good on one side, or better on the other.
Right.
Oh,
what was interesting I saw in your bike check was you're talking about you still rock a right-hand drive bike, but you dominantly grind on the right.
Right. Yeah.
That's unique. That's pretty rare. I think everybody that learns like, oh, you can put it on the left to get it out of the way, they do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Golly, and that's switch or opposite, whatever.
Yeah, that's just jumping to a bank essentially. Yeah. Alex Donachie also did this on the other side. I was unknowing of that. But yeah, I don't really give a hoot. Bike riding's bike riding.
Yeah, I don't give a hoot either, dude. Clean bars.
With
hands fully off.
Yeah, that was when I rode brakes too.
Boom. That's mean, dude.
I think I went back with brakes around that time.
What'd you say about brakes? You went back with brakes?
I go back and forth with them. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, I don't know.
What's something that when you have your brakes off, you miss? Slowing down.
Slowing down. Yeah, this is why I ride right-hand drive.
Right there, yeah.
Because I like to do pedal crooks, and I'm far better at them than I am doing regular crooks. So that is just what it is,
It seems harder because I've literally never done it, but it also makes sense that it would be easier to lock in on a pedal crook because of the physics of it. You're not stuck to like this much peg. You're stuck to
you can get
stuff
jammed up if like the rail's thin.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We lost him. We'll get him right back. This episode is brought to you by Spinelli's Pizzeria. Hey there, BMX daredevils and pizza aficionados. Are you tired of riding around on an empty stomach feeling like your energy levels are as flat as a pancake? Well, grab your helmets and hold on to your handlebars because I've got some saucy news for you. Introducing Spinelli's Pizza, the ultimate fuel stop for all your BMX adventures and cheesy cravings. Located off Mill Avenue in Tempe, it's not just a pizza joint, it's a pizza party palace. Good parties. I mean, it's a nice bar with good drinks. I mean, it's a bar. That's not whatever. Picture this. You've just landed a gnarly trick and now you're craving some grub that'll make you feel like a champion. Well, Spinelli's has got you covered with pies so big and cheesy they'll make your head spin. And guess what? Spinelli's is not just about the pizza. They're all about supporting the local scene, just like you support your buddies on the Ramson Street. So when you chow down on their delicious slices, you're also supporting your fellow riders. That's actually very real. So you should support Spinelli's so that they can keep being in business and keep giving all the pizzas to all the jams that happen here. It's pretty rad. So why settle for bland bites when you can feast like a BMX king at Spinelli's Pizza? Stop by today and let's take your taste buds on a wild ride. Thank you, Spinelli's. All right. This episode is brought to you by Dance Comp. And I'm genuinely curious about the origins of Dance Comp. I looked it up. Dan Duckworth is the founder, but I asked ChatGPT to just make up a story for me. And that's what I'm going to read to you for their advertisement. In the bustling town of Wheelieville, there lived a BMX enthusiast named Dan. Obsessed with all things two-wheeled, he dreamed of sharing his passion with the world. Thus, Dan's Comp was born, short for Dan's Competition. Legend has it, Dan once rode his bike so fast he outran a speeding cheetah, or so he says. Now, his online store offers the raddest BMX gear this side of the handlebars. From wheels to helmets, Dan's got it all, with a side of humor and a sprinkle of stoke. Because in the world of Dance Comp, every day is a wheelie good time. Dance Comp is sick. They sell bike parts. You already know. You already know about Dance Comp. Go buy some shit, whatever you need. Good tubes, good price tubes. And we're back.
Yep, my bad.
Did it die?
Yeah. Well,
It came back quick.
Yeah, man.
Oh, but on skinny rails, you can get fucked up for pedal crooks or what?
Yes. So, like, if you drop your pedal below, like, the bottom chainstay, your pedal.
Oh, it'll lock in.
Yeah, you get stuck, and that's no fun.
Yeah. That's the shitty part of BMX. Learning tricks.
I mean,
you gotta get hurt.
You gotta pay to play, you know?
Yeah, for real. Knock on wood, what's been your worst injury? You're a savage, so I would imagine you have something, but you are also super dialed, so who knows?
Yeah, everybody's good. I don't know. It's tough when I was
What was
younger.
the longest you had to get off the bike?
Probably, I broke my collarbone, and then the day I got cleared to ride, I broke it again.
No.
So that was a good run. I don't know the time frame, but it was a good run of not being able to ride.
Yeah.
When I was younger racing, I looped out off the top of a jump, clipped in, and fractured multiple vertebrae.
Oh.
And I was like young then, so I think healing happened a lot faster.
Yeah.
And
you can say you broke your back when you were a kid.
yeah. They punctured my
spinal.
Spine. Yeah, I don't know. Countless broken collarbones, but
yeah.
I fractured my orbital. I did one. I don't know if you remember. There was like the trend of doing like the slow bar spins.
Yeah.
People would like kind of like slowly bring them around. Like I was on that wave, and I went to do one and kind of hesitated because I was like, the air felt funny, and just fucking face planted. Broke my orbital. Was out. Lost like just time, memory, fucking, like being insanely concussed. Everything was fine.
Yeah. What do you do when you're like injured or off the bike to, feed that whatever energy instead of if you can't ride, what are you doing?
Depends on what the injury is. If it's something I can still like use my legs and comfortably or whatever, I'll probably skate. Or drawing, video games, just normal.
What games?
Kind of shit, Call of Duty right now, MX, ATV Legends. I started playing Fallout 4.
Nice. I've heard of it. I never gave it a shot.
It's a commitment. I've only just started playing a couple days ago, and it's a commitment for sure.
Yeah.
It's like open world, and it's a lot of the show was actually really good. The series that came out, this is kind of what piqued my interest in the game. But it's a good fun game to just kind of roam around and post-apocalyptic world.
I've been thinking about that because like I've been playing shooters since I was like 13, and I'm good at like Fortnite and Call of Duty and stuff. But
Yeah.
sometimes I just want to like explore a world. So it sounds like Fallout might be the move.
Fallout's good.
Just something kind of chill to go around and like interact with things
Yeah.
or just explore seems nice.
Right,
Like,
right.
I remember playing Zelda growing up, and that was the shit. Just fucking going on missions. Versus like the
that's
jock
very-
jam aspect of like I'm fucking locked in and just I know the map and I know where people are rotating and shooting bang bang bang, you know.
Right. It's a different type of if you used to that like fast pace like grind of the game, playing like an open world game is like doesn't seem as exciting. But it's like it's rewarding when you get to the end of them.
Yeah.
Like Ghost of Tsushima is good. It's like a samurai game.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's open world, good storyline. The Last of Us obviously was a really good game. Both first.
That's one where I saw the show and I was like, maybe I should play the game.
Yeah, the game definitely tells a story a bit better, I would say, just because you can, there's a bigger time frame that you can play a game than cram it
Yeah, exactly.
into a series.
Dude, I could geek out on video games for hours. But we don't have that much time left. We got to get to the end of Sunday. What happened? Why did you get off Sunday? Walter left before you left?
Walter got let go, left around the same time.
Okay.
So he became no longer a part of Sunday, and it was kind of like, oh man, I'm probably next on the chopping block, because me and Walter got put on pretty much at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just change of management. I don't know. No really rhyme or reason. It was just like, hey, like we're gonna let you loose. I don't really have like a.
There's no fun drama story, dude. Nobody
No,
came
no.
up.
I mean, I'm sure it was just like maybe my productivity was not like up to their standards, and like I'm not really one to. I don't like to like selflessly put shit out there, like market things beyond my like who I am. So that's.
Like you mean like promoting their products? No.
No, not like I'm totally down with promoting their products, but like I like to do it how I'm gonna do it, like not fit into this like certain mold of you need to wear this hat and this shirt. You can't wear one of our shirts that you've had for 5 years, like obviously that's like pushing the new product and whatnot, but that's I just don't
But I like this shirt and it's a Sunday shirt.
Right,
Let me wear it.
It's broken in. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's almost vintage at this point.
Right. I mean, I definitely, my being a little too like headstrong or whatever, kind of maybe shot myself in the foot with Sunday, because I'm just going to do my thing, and that's, I don't know. No rhyme or reason, no bad blood or anything. It was just is what it is.
Real quick tangent from BMX, but are you married? I didn't really look into.
No.
Just girlfriend, baby mama?
Just girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been with her?
I don't know. A year.
Long time? A year?
We've been friends for a good while, but it wasn't. Yeah, we're just friends, and then I was like, hey, let's go out on a date, and this is the only one. Let's continue being friends, and then the rest is history. It's just kind of.
Yeah. Fuck, that's organic as shit. I think starting as friends is ideal. That's really cool.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. It's definitely. Yeah, there's nothing to hide, I guess. See each other for who we are, and just deal with it and go from there.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, back to BMX, baby. So Sunday's out, dude. Fuck Sunday. I don't ride for Sunday anymore, dog. What's good? I'm a free agent. And then
yeah.
And then Mad Dog Moeller says, "Oh shit, Chris Childs is up for grabs, dude. I gotta get him."
Over the years, man, he was always, whenever I'd see him, like he'd be like, "Hey, when are you gonna come ride for S&M? Come on over to S&M." And I was like, like, that's cool. That's fucking sick. Like, hell yeah. Like, I would, but like, we got all this travel and like, we were just
Yeah.
doing so much that I just wanted to take the opportunities while I could.
Right.
But yeah, it was basically, I think it started with, so Vic at Circuit BMX, he was talking to Dougie Fresh, and he was like, "Oh, do you think we can get Chris on an S&M? He's off of Sunday, la di da da." He was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then they were like, "Oh, we want to put you on." And I was like, "Ah, like I appreciate the frame and whatnot, but I kind of want to just feel it out, like I'll rep you guys, support your shit, but I kind of just wanted to feel it out and like not commit to anything right away." And then I went on a trip. We went out to fucking Long Beach and California, whatever. And that's when we filmed.
Hot dogs
No, it was after Hot Dog Sport
with Chuck.
With Chuck and Dan Norvell, Hoder, REA.
What a squad!
Yeah, it was sick, man.
Charlie kind of sticks out in that list, kind of oddly to me, which is funny.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that trip happened, and I was like, yeah, like I'm in. It doesn't make sense to not be in. You know, it flew me out, gave me a bike. Like, squad's cool. Like no expectations, just let's ride bikes and
have fun,
do the damn thing.
Yeah.
So it was pretty organic, I would say.
What was it like meeting young Arye? That kid's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He was like really, I don't even know how old he was. He was probably like 14 or.
Yeah, dude.
So he was very quiet and kind of reserved.
Yeah, just soaking it in. He's watching though. He's like,
right. He's definitely he's got his wits about him, but he was definitely just like soaking it in, and he was definitely exceptional.
Speaking of people who like know shit, he has studied BMX so hard that like he's referencing videos that are older than he is, like came out way before he was even alive. And I'm like, how do you know this shit, dude? It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's he's about it. He's a full on lifer BMX rider from when he's even 18, or maybe he is now. I don't
really know. I want to say 17, 18. Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. And seeing him like progress from like a little kid trying to figure out like spots and like to being like this fully well-rounded rider with a sick bag of tricks, good style, good head on his shoulders. It's cool. It's rad to see that progression and that growth.
Yeah, I don't want to toot your horn, but you just described yourself too. You got a sick bag of tricks and a good head on your shoulders, dude. You figure it out.
Yeah, you just kind of figure out the recipe, and the rest will kind of lay itself out, and just go into it with no expectations. That's like what kids, I think, with social media and the kind of going back to that, is like kids get into it with this expectation of things that they can achieve in this limelight, but that's totally missing the point. The point is your personal development, the friends you're going to meet, and just being on a bike. Take the opportunities as they come, but don't expect anything. Unless you really want to reach out and grab it, BMX doesn't owe you anything. So don't get butthurt when it gives you nothing.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. There's not much worse than meeting like a super salty, I never got my shot, it's all everybody else's fault, I'm the shit. It's like, dude, shut up. It's so crazy.
Time and time again, it's like, all right, man, like that attitude is why you didn't get it.
Yeah, it's like, bro, we've been talking for 30 seconds. How's your day? It's like, woe is me. Shut up. But I when you were talking about that and not expecting anything, I think there's that realm of like competitive BMX, which is cool. It's like the Olympics route, or like the training like Case Taylor and trying to like compete in park at X Games. But that is so fucking difficult. I can only imagine, dude.
Yeah, that's a
different path.
Those dudes to stay at that level to ride for 60 seconds and that's a different level of riding. It's like it's BMX, but it's just as much as BMX as anything else, but it's a little, you gotta work at that. You gotta stay in tune with your bike, with your body and the ramps and all your tricks and stuff. So it's a different, it's totally a part of BMX.
I bet you could put together one of the best X Games runs I've ever seen. If you gave it enough time and thought, you could put in a silver medal run.
I don't
gold
think so.
medal run, dude. If I dare say so.
I don't have that pump. There's a certain style that all these tricks work that I don't have. Like there's a different like body posture on your bike that make these tricks. Kevin Peraza is kind of an anomaly, and he rides totally. He's not like Logan Martin,
right?
Like that kind of.
That's what I think of. Daniel Dares, Logan Martin. Daniel Dares. I don't know what's up with Daniel these days, but
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but those park guys is a different thing.
It's a different pump, a different way of going about these tricks that make like the combos work, right? Like bar, 3-flip bar to like down whip. Like there's a certain way of riding your bike and your stance on it that makes those things work better. And I just not. I already ride how I ride. I've been riding the same way for 30 years. That I can't, like, my posture is not going to change on my bike.
That's true. But it would still be fun to see you do your thing on the course.
Scary too. Those ramps are huge, man.
Yeah. Speaking of scary, my next question is, I like talking about like that realm of BMX makes me think of our Willie, and he's just like he's transcending our BMX world into mainstream. I got people from like the real estate company I make videos for sending me clips of Ryan Williams, and I was wondering, if I put you at the top of the drop-in for Nitro Circus with a full face and all the padding, could you? I bet you could jump it. Would you jump it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
It is an airbag, but you can still get fucking bent on it.
Yeah.
But I definitely jump it. I don't know if I.
Have you jumped something that big before?
Not necessarily. There was. Like I rode the Mini Mega at Woodward East.
Yeah.
And that's like super chill. Like it's barely nothing when she actually.
Don't say super chill, dude. Mini Mega is not super chill.
the jump it's made to work, Yeah. So all you have to do is drop in and hold on.
Yeah.
And at Woodward West, they had some dirt jumps. And they had this really big step up thing that was sick. I flipped that. That was cool. I don't know how big it was, but it was pretty big, But nothing too crazy.
My boy goes big.
Biggest jump that I probably hit is this road gap, this turn down I did over this parking lot entrance. That was probably the big jump.
What's it in?
Fuck,
is it in Monster Ramp Part 2?
No, it was I think it might have been at the end of my B Cave 2 Bad Friends part. It was like an afterburner. It didn't make it. The angles that we shot it at, like something didn't work out, so it didn't go into something else, or it just kind of got left by the wayside.
That's a pretty big.
Yeah.
If this is the turn down you're talking about, this is pretty big. Yeet! God, dude.
Yeah, like straight pedal into something. It was probably, I would say, one of the biggest jumps I've.
That is big.
It's not even a jump,
Yeah,
it is a jump, but.
This is forever ago. This is pre-Sunday.
This is Sunday.
You're on Sunday, and you're filming this part. Cool. How many video parts do you think you filmed? I guess not think. How many video parts have you made?
Let's see. Not that many, honestly. There's definitely in B Cave. We've done a lot of like mixes and little projects with the boys and whatnot. Grow up. S&M. Are we including web edits or like?
I guess I don't know. Video part.
Yeah,
I guess a web edit is a video part. Yeah.
I'd say probably 4 or 5. Not that many.
That's a good amount though.
Compared to some people,
Yeah, but you've had a tremendous impact with the small amount of video parts that you've made.
I think that's related to kind of just being there and going to the things, being part of it,
What's an event like if you think about all the years that you've been doing it? What's something that if I said, what's a good example of you being there?
Bone death,
Yeah.
Texas Toast was probably not just because I won, but that was like a good overall experience, like a core BMX.
Texas Toast was the shit.
Yeah, I think it was 2013. It was the year that I went. But yeah, it was probably the best overall. Being like the partying, everyone being there just to kind of have a good time, and
Yep.
the contest was kind of like the afterburner. That was why everyone came, but it was more of like
It was a meetup, dude.
Yeah, it was a communal effort to have a good time riding your bike.
Ooh, you did an X-Up ride?
Yeah, me and my buddy, Liquid Bonus Grind, we kind of repopped the X-Up ride.
Yeah,
I would say. Around this time, we were doing a lot of them. He was really heavy on that game. And I think we repopularized it. And now people use it in a way that is annoying.
It's very annoying, dude. I want it to stop.
Like, it's fun. It's fun to do.
It's cute.
But, right. Like a quick one, like Dennis did that one down that.
Dude, that was the one.
That was sick. That was fucking sick. But like doing a feeble X-Up ride across, a fucking plaza, hopping into Smith Nose Bar or something like that's whack.
It's dumb. Yeah, I agree. It's been said many times on this podcast, X-Up rides got to get out of here. Especially, just do it, make it special. I don't know.
Right. There's an application for it, and I don't think people really think about it. Like, does this really fit, or am I just doing it because it's like it's trending or something?
Exactly. And it's one of those things. It's like if you're a kid and you see an X-Up ride and you want to do it, have fun and do it. Fucking obviously with that caveat, but it's just so dumb and easy. Like I did it on flat ground the other day to a 180, and I think Lufa was like, dude, how did you do that? And I was like, come on, man.
I mean, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. Like, again, no one's like gonna tell you how to ride a bike, but if you're gonna film a part, there's like it's like doing X-Up manuals. Like, if you don't land in the manual X-Up, that doesn't really count to me. Like you hop, you get in the manual, and then you X-Up. I think that's a little whack.
I could agree. I don't know if I can do it. I think I can X-Up manual if I manual X-Up, or I can maybe land this, but I can't.
Yeah,
I've never landed.
I mean, there's a lot. You don't have like fully like Nyquist out, but like.
But to imagine just like the blatant you traveling 10 feet in a regular manual, and then you do a quick X-Up and come back out and then do something.
That's all fun and too. I'm kind of like. I'm contradicting myself. It's all fun and well, but like there's
fucking rules, dude.
There's a certain aesthetic to like certain tricks that like make them more pleasing or whatever. It's a debate where it's like it's the skateboarders fuck up ledges or bike riders fuck up ledges kind of debate.
Yeah,
that's where like trick.
It's a conversation that'll never be concluded.
Right.
Where'd you get your like punk style from? You kind of have, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I don't.
Where do you get your style from?
On my bike?
Yeah, no, not on your bike. On your clothes.
I don't know. It's clothes.
Yeah,
I don't really care. Yeah, I don't really care for. Yeah, I mean, just shirt and shorts or shirt and pants, hoodie. I don't really.
It is an odd question, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't particularly know. I don't care about getting dirty. And yeah, I don't know how to answer that.
Weird question, Bob. Shut up, Bob.
It's all good.
Let's talk about, since we're hating on X-Up rides, what if you could wave a magic wand and nobody can ever do this trick again? What trick are you picking?
Oh, fuck. I was thinking about this one. The helicopter, I really don't like.
The bar spin crank flip
thing.
Yeah. Why? Because you can't do it?
Probably because I can't do it. Also, it's just there's a couple dudes I feel like that do it and make it look like clean, but also at the same time they're doing a crank flip to bar spin. All limbs aren't off at the same time.
Yeah.
Like maybe there might be like a little overlap of a hand coming off in the crank flip, but it's not like this seamless, like both these things are happening at the same time kind of trick. There's a certain way that people do knack-knacks that I really dislike.
How so? Which one? How?
Knack-knack
is your foot goes behind you, right?
Yeah.
See, another thing that I knew, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody kind of does them different. There's just like a certain way of doing knack-knacks where it's like, look at me being styly. I did a knack-knack, and like really just like flaunting it, not just like flowing with the motion.
Okay.
The knack-knack is like, it's a flowy, stylish kind of trick, and when you make it really rigid, it loses its like steez and becomes more of like a trick, not just like.
I see what you're saying, but you need to name names.
I don't know. Chris Fox, does he do knack-knacks?
Nice. I mean, you're gonna name him for good ones.
Yeah, I mean he's a good rider. He's fucking awesome. But there's that like style of knack-knack I don't particularly like. Where like kick it out, get the bike like it's fucking torqued.
It is technically a knack-knack. I see what I can see what you're saying. He's doing it as a trick versus doing it as part of the flow.
Right. That's exceptional. That was like fucking sick. But to me, that's not like an appealing looking knack-knack. In photo that looks sick, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Fuck. I would pay a bunch of money to be able to do that. Just to be able to go that high. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, he's a great bike rider. I'm sure he's a great dude too, but I'm not trying to tell him how to do his knack-knacks, but that's just like that style of knack-knack I don't particularly like.
I love it. I've never put that much thought into knack-knacks, and I like that a lot.
I like doing knack-knacks. It's like it was just
fuck yeah.
I don't know why that one eats me up.
Yeah.
Whenever
that's good.
Because like so he does knack-knacks like that. And then you see this kid that's 15, 16 years old, and he's learning knack-knacks. Instead of learning a knack-knack how he just naturally does it, he does it like that. So he's just like replicating, not doing it his own way.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. I mean, okay, let's finish the timeline. S&M, you try out that trip, and then you're like, let's make it official.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Shout out Kareem. Shout out Hoder.
Shout out Kareem. Shout out Hoder. Shout out
Chuck.
Moeller, Melissa, everybody, Dougie, REA.
It's called The Building, right?
Yeah. REA's mom's fucking sick. She's always on board.
Oh, I love Mrs. Levinson. I don't really know Mrs. Levinson.
Super sweet lady.
Yeah, how's it been? What's been the highlight of being with S&M? What's up, Kitty Cat? Kitty Cats.
Highlight of S&M is, I don't know, kind of just being able to exist as a BMX rider and still have like say signature bars and getting signature colorway. It's kind of just, I think it's a good home for somebody that's still a part of the scene and still active in BMX riding, but not necessarily like, I don't know, fighting the kid next door to do the best bar spin down the fort, I mean, super chill, and I think they kind of just, there's like a mutual respect of just being a BMX rider.
Yeah, you're the shit. You've been the shit. It's cool that you're repping our company. That's badass. What does it look like when you get like I mean, from what I understand, like a signature frame, the rider gets, a small percentage of each sale, and then that stacks up over the month, and you just get a small paycheck. I think probably thinking about like signature shit over the years, like Edwin's grips probably made him some money. Steven's pedals. Yeah. Does what does it look like for you to have a colorway on a frame?
I mean, it's pretty minuscule. Honestly, I don't really.
Do they just add it onto your paycheck that already comes, or is it a separate?
They don't pay me right now. I just get contingencies for that stuff.
For that, right? Yeah.
So it's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think about it. Like. Yeah. I have my income from my jobs that, it's just a different.
Exactly, and I think that's the lesson to be. Yeah, and I think that's the right attitude. Like Like I just want I don't know, the mission of my podcast is to dispel the myth that you're going to make a great living off of a signature frame or a signature bar. It's like
Start a
you're
YouTube channel. I don't know.
legit. Yeah. Like,
I'm sure there's been times like when, when I was getting paid by them, that my check would be like a little bit more, so like quarterly or at the end of the year or whatever. I don't really even think about it. Maybe I should have, or I should, but it just gets transferred into my account, so
it's all blended in. Yeah, you're just like, I got a little extra this month.
Right.
And then you're 1099, and you got to pay taxes on that shit too. It's
fuck that, man.
Dude, I learned that lesson the worst way with Sabrosa. I didn't know what 1099 meant, and then 4 years went by, and I just kept like ignoring taxes. And then finally, I faced the music, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I owe $15,000 in taxes, dude." Oh, good times. Okay, cool. What's in the future? Or did you die again? Pause.
Going back outside.
We've got Spotty internet. We're all juiced up. We got to go puff another ciggy.
Yeah, man.
Do you have any plans? Are you working on anything? Do you have anything? What does the future look like for you?
Finding time to ride, and hopefully work on another BK video with the boys. But everyone's having kids. Life is kind of going, just working, and yeah, I don't know, man. I was actually talking to Walter Perringer yesterday, and like BMX, not that BMX is the lowest thing on the totem pole, but like riding and actively seeking out shit, I don't know, biking stuff is kind of the lowest on the totem pole. Just kind of get priorities straight and get accustomed to dad life and figure out what the hell's going on,
Yeah, dude.
It's a lot to just, you have 9 months to prepare, but like there's nothing really that can prepare you for, a crying, shitting baby at 3 a.m. So
yeah, dude, if you said that BMX was your biggest priority right now, I'd call you an insane person. And that's
I mean, some
perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I'm sure some people kind of drop the ball, but I'm just lucky with my relationship, and that's kind of the biggest asset that I have, is my girlfriend in this situation.
Yeah. That's great. So maybe BMX isn't high on the totem pole, but when you're scrolling your phone, you're still looking at BMX shit. What are you seeing nowadays that you like?
K-Rob, Kevin Robinson Jr.
Yeah, dude. You see him right at the Tucson Park contest?
I did see some clips of that, but he's a local kid in our area.
Nice.
And he's been absolutely destroying the new addition they added to the skate park. Him, my younger brother Cameron, absolute ripper. Always always full bore. Just we kind of ride very similar. So he's
Damn, he's got some big shoes to fill with yours, dude. That's crazy. How old is he?
He's 25.
All right, cool.
Give it something like that, 25 maybe.
Yeah.
This kid Peacock in the area.
Peacock.
We call him Peacock. He's fucking sick. He'll come to the park in slippers and 540 the little Spox thing and on somebody else's bike and
nice.
hit his car, whatever. He's kind of an anomaly in the world. Just the local rippers at the skate park kind of keep me going. Yeah. Like circuit, the shop. We kind of like just being ingrained in the scene that way is kind of really important to me, I guess, for like to kind of break down that barrier of a pro rider for these kids to like, at first, and this started at the skate park, but these kids, they like, oh, that's Chris Childs, la-di-da-da, he's pro, and then over the years they're just buddies.
Yeah.
They're just like what's up, can shoot the shit, make a joke, fucking make fun of me, whatever.
Yeah.
In that same way, that kind of happens at the shop too. You kind of break down this barrier of this is a real human. that is working a job, but I can go and shoot the shit with him, pick his brain, talk bikes, and it opens a different door for connecting to the scene.
Yeah. Do you remember when you were younger having that experience where you realized, oh shit, that's just a person too? Because like you're talking about this, and I remember having that feeling for Drew Hosselton, and then getting to know him and living with him. But I was just like, oh my god, that's Drew Hosselton. And then eventually it was just, all right, Drew, what's up?
I don't know what that like breaking point was of connecting that.
But it's cool that that's important to you. That's dope.
I mean, it's like, Vic and Kara at the shop, they've taken care of me over the years. They, give me a job. The BMX industry isn't the most lucrative thing, so to keep someone employed is huge. And they have their own family and their own endeavors and whatnot, and they really put on for BMX itself.
Yeah,
so that shit. It's a good it's a good wholesome thing that we have.
Yeah, you got a nice wholesome life up there, my dude. That's great.
Working on it, man. Working on it.
I love it. All right. What else did I say?
I'm gonna also plug this.
Plug it.
May 4th, we are doing. It's called Battle for the Bucket at Circuit BMX. Basically, it's a scavenger hunt for BMX riding, hanging out. Assemble a team of 4 riders or more, however many you want, and go around, hit off all these objectives, tag the page, Battle for the Bucket. And we have cash prizes. We have a bunch of product and stuff to give away. Our neighbors at the tattoo shop, at Phantom Hand Tattoo, they're doing some small little jammers that you can get tattooed for a reasonable price. And then Top Shelf Vintage is a vintage store a couple doors down, and they'll be hanging out and having a good time.
Seems cool.
Yeah,
I like it. Good flyer. Battle for the Bucket.
Yeah. So if you go to my Instagram, I post. I don't know if it's still up, but I think I did. There's it's in my story, that like little flash that one of the dudes drew up just to kind of just do quick little jammers. Yeah, so there might be some more stuff, but that's kind of the gist of what
cool.
we're going to be doing.
That's dope, dude. That's great. Hopefully this helps get people there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure people will come out. I don't have any doubt in that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, years ago we did a spot hunt, which is kind of the same idea. Yep, that's my that's the fam.
There's your humans. That's great, dude.
Yeah, crazy, man. It's crazy how fast
super crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm around people who have newborns, and it's just like that. Like we haven't talked in 6 months, but your baby's doubled in size. It's pretty nuts.
It's fucking.
Then they start having a personality. That's the craziest shit. I've seen little. They're just like little drunk humans, and then they become little coherent humans, and you're like, what the fuck?
Becoming aware must be the weirdest thing.
Yeah, right. Dude, I'm so excited for you to go through all that with your kid. That's great.
Yeah, me too.
Charlie.
Yeah.
You named after Charlie Crumlish, obviously.
Yeah. Yep, of course. Yeah, no, it was just it was a first name that she threw out, and she's like, yeah, sick. Let's run with it.
Fuck yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's how easygoing you are. You didn't have any back and forth on the name of your child.
People stress for their whole lives about these things, like let's just let's just do it. If you're gonna open the door, open the door. Don't tell me you're gonna open the door.
Nice. I like that a lot. That's a good way to go about life, honestly. Okay, well, you've had an illustrious career. What are you most proud of?
Dude, I don't know, man. Probably Toast. Winning Toast, that was really cool. Being a kid and watching X Games on TV. Toast was the catalyst to this. So being a kid watching X Games on TV and my mom being like, oh, one day we're going to be sitting over there watching you at the X Games. And that happened.
Yeah.
So that was sick. That was huge.
That's pretty cool.
Getting a cover
Which cover did you get?
The second to last ride. It was when I did the monster ramp thing.
Yeah.
So that it was a turn down over the canyon thing.
That's a good cover.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. So like kind of like just checking off, like being able to check those things off in your BMX career is really cool.
Yeah.
And that kind of puts you in a place of like where people I think get hung up with do I keep striving, like where do I go from here? It's like I wanted to ride X Games, I wanted to get a BMX cover, I had complete signature bikes with Sunday signature parts, la-di-da-da. So it's like I think people get to a point where they've hit those milestones and it's like where do I keep going from here? Is there anything more to achieve? And the only thing that's left to achieve is just to continue enjoying riding your bike with your friends. You know, like,
dude.
That's the most important part about it.
Do you think you've always kind of had that outlook, or was this a learned thing? Like, did you go into this kind of with that attitude of like it's all about the process, or did you get disappointed by reaching a milestone?
Yeah, I mean that kind of comes from growing up racing, and you know, or just like basically like my dad, you know, essentially bringing me races, fucking eating shit, doing no-handers and X-ups in races, and parents flipping out because it's not like you can't do that during a race. Like, like what? Like, you know, sorry I stepped your kid up in a corner, but like I'm still having fun. I'm sorry you got bent.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I can see that. It makes sense. Like finding whatever success, like getting all the trophies when you're a kid is actually like really good for you because then you realize like it's not about the trophy or the end of the destination. It's about the journey. Dude.
It's cool, man. It's like yeah, I think it was just a different time of growing up in BMX too. I think, you know, nothing, you weren't blasted in the face with everything every day. Like, like people's achievements and, you know, like, you know, you got a magazine, you know, you got a props, you know, so that's where how you digested all your BMX information. So time was just moving slower. So it was easier to just go out and ride when time's moving that like
truly. And you like have to develop a life outside of BMX because you don't have enough BMX to just be consuming it all day long on your phone. Like we are in different times right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, not saying we didn't consume it constantly. You know, you just run a fucking video back to back. If you go over to your friend's house, there's always a BMX video playing, or you're playing finger bikes, or you're looking through a dance comp or something, you know, trading parts with your buddies and like always thinking about like, oh, tomorrow we're going to go into the city, you know, tomorrow we're going to go to the circle and ride the dirt jumps, you know, like it was always like, I can't wait to get out of school. So I'm going to go ride, you know, like I got all about.
I got 2 or 3 more for you, but pause real. And we're back, dude.
What up?
Isn't that crazy? 0 time passed for the listener, but an hour passed for us. It's crazy.
I know, man. This has flown by, actually.
I know, right? Actually, 2 hours in.
It gets so long now, you know?
Yeah. Like, actually, Chadwick said the same thing. He was like, dude, I can't believe you did a 4-hour podcast with Mastroni, and then we proceeded to talk for 3.5 hours. You don't think you have shit to say, and then you have a bunch of shit to say. It just kind of flows. Yeah. It's cool. I appreciate you doing this, man. You're a fucking sweetheart. It's nice to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise.
So let's see every fucking episode I'm like, what do I ask? Proudest, scariest. So scariest moment on your bike. Filming. Maybe not even filming.
Yeah, I don't know. So one thing that did like rattle me up like mentally for whatever reason was in the ramp part, the monster ramp part. When I tried to jump over the fence into that bank. That ramp was like super booty, and at high speeds, it was tough to gauge how it was going to send you at high speeds.
Say it again. Which one?
It was literally the first.
Oh, the first. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, we slide down the concrete bank and you lick your own blood. The most savage intro, dude. Golly, boy.
Like thinking back on it, it was like I should have just got back up and did it again, but I was like so like all the like, adrenaline and everything. Yeah, I just got it just wigged me out because I was like, I put the ramp at its mellowest point, and it still sent me like that with that speed. Yeah, that was probably the most razzled I've really been on my bike, and I didn't even get like, I didn't like fucking eat crazy shit. It was pretty fun, to be honest. Like that excitement and like falling, like sliding down the bank, like holy shit, like,
yeah.
like,
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Brutal slam, dude. I was thinking about it, watching it, and I was like, I wonder what hurt the most. And I bet it's your hand.
Nothing hurt. I just like my hand got all fucked up, so it was all bloody and like it was just it just got me a little jonesed out. One clip in here, I jump onto that building kind of at the end.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorites, just because it was like, I almost rode off the side of the fucking garage on that one. When I landed, you can't see it, but this one, like when you get a chance to jump over like the top of a house like that, because it doesn't make sense. Even looking at it when I was setting the ramp up, I was like, I don't know if this makes sense for me to get up onto that, but like we're here, I'm gonna do it.
There's a great use of an X-up right there, dude. A little quick X-up Phoebes to start a line. Like, I want to do a backflip to Smith, but I don't want it to just be a backflip to Smith.
Yeah.
That
shit blew up so crazy, and I don't even know why. It was the easiest thing.
Yeah, I bet.
It was like people just love backflips, I guess.
Yeah, it's pure. I think the backflip is like one of the most like pure tricks on a BMX bike. It's one of the OG tricks.
You can ride a bike and you can, like, it's just a mental thing, if you can ride a bike.
And guess what? I don't got that mental shit, dude. I've never been able to do a backflip, even like on a trampoline. And that I was forbidden from trying them as a kid, and I think that just kind of like stuck with me. So when it came time, like where I'm at Woodward, the foam pit's right there, friends are trying backflips. I'm like, absolutely not. Paralyzed in fear.
It's definitely a hurdle to get, like a mental hurdle to get over. But
yeah, but once you do it, I'm sure I get it. It's nothing, but it's something. That's how most shit is for me, honestly. Like the mental push through of like get yourself to do something that your body doesn't want to do. I don't know. It's a mental game for sure.
And that's all, like, excelling at anything is, it's all a mental game.
Push through. Okay, proudest, cool, scariest, cool. What the fuck else? We eliminated knack-knacks, done. What are they? What's the word?
Sorry, Chris Fox, for
stiff necks, dude.
Zero win on.
Yeah. fuck you, Chris Fox. What else? Mount Rushmore's last, but I'm pretty sure there's other shit, other classics. I don't know. Tell me your Mount Rushmore and let's get out of here.
Yeah. That's tough. Hoffman, Hango.
Fuck yeah. First time Hango's been on a Mount Rushmore, if I'm not mistaken.
He's probably one of the best bike riders out there.
Yeah, dude, for real.
He's exceptional, man. It's crazy. Aiken and Ruben. As for like, Ruben was a pretty big influence on me, like growing up.
I think I love your Rushmore. That's great. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta look into. That's good. What about modern day?
On
the spot, 4 riders that are current. Hango, yep.
Hango, Nathan.
Yeah.
Shit, man, that's tough. Peraza. Yeah,
Peraza.
Yeah. Garrett's kind of. He's always.
He's above the Rushmore, dude. He's
yeah. Peraza.
Fuck yeah.
Arya.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hoder.
Solid.
Kareem. Charlie.
Yeah, Hoder, Kareem, Charlie at the S&M Rushmore, dude. I love it. Dude, Hodor and Kareem are characters. They were so fun to hang out with. I got to do the pod with Kareem and Hodor, and sick fucking guys. Hodor was like way less scary than I thought he was going to be. Like the last time I had seen Hodor, he was like shirtless, throwing shit around at a Nora cup, just screaming and drunk in like 2014 or something. So seeing him like very chill and a little bit just stoned on my couch was amazing, or my hotel couch, whatever.
Yeah, way more chill than, I mean, especially now. But
yeah,
I have this like idea of this crazy fucking monster of a dude, and
yeah,
I mean, he is still a monster of a dude, but he's like,
he just wants to ride bikes, which is really cool. Like I think he came full circle. He had that same journey that everybody does of like hungry, get to the milestones, and then realize that there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and just realize like, oh yeah, I just love riding my bike. You know, it's so cool. Like he's fucking riding skate parks in the rain in Seattle. You know, it's crazy.
I mean, it's such an easy thing to just to have and to hold. I guess, you know, it's like if you're about it, you're going to be about it. You know, it's like a marriage, you know, like some people get divorced, whatever. Yeah, I don't know if that was a good analogy, but you know, even people that rode in the past are probably pretty likely to come back to it at some point, at least dabble back with it, I would say. Is it people that, I can't get any more shinners, or I busted my knee once, you know? It's like fucking Vic at Circuit. He's had multiple knee replacements, and he's probably one of the most prominent figures in the BMX scene.
Yeah.
You know, up here at least, you know?
Yeah.
He's got trails, working on his trails every weekend, you know, and he's still about it, you know? He could be barely walking, but he'll still take some laps.
Yep.
You know, just...
He's got the bug.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I think about that. I love that I have it, and it's different nowadays than when I first started. I remember geeking the fuck out about the actual bike when I was younger. Of just like loving every little detail, and like, it was just shopping
polishing
for parts,
things, like wiping everything down. You know, like
now I don't give a shit. I enjoy the feeling of riding and grinding if it works good. But it's wild how it kind of shifts and changes. And like now in, I don't know, my 5th generation of being me in BMX, I'm loving this fucking podcast. I get to talk to all my heroes. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is good, man. I'm glad I sometimes anxiety gets a little bit of the best of me with stuff like this, and I'm glad I jumped into it. I was hoping I was hoping that we were gonna just jump right into it. Yeah. And you were like, oh well, I'm not free until this point. I was like, oh fuck, I'm just like pacing the house, like and my girl's like, yeah, you're anxious, huh? It looks like you're looking for something, but you don't know what you're looking for. No.
Oh, that's great. Do you act like that when you're about to do something savage on the bike?
No. There's my
fucking a wall ride down a 25 stair. It's fine. My pulse is very, very low and normal, but talking.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like my process is like the people that I work with, they understand the steps, and it's like see something, look at it. If I'm looking at it, I'm probably gonna do it or try it, whatever. So the people that I work with are really good at like honing in on that. Like if I'm not about it, you know,
you're like, oh, Chris is on.
Yes. So it's when you have time to think too much, you know, like, oh, there's a savage thing today. I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to come back next week. And then you're in a totally different, like maybe you should have done it that day or not, you know, like every situation's different. Every day is fucking different. So
it's so cool that like everybody has their own process. I've filmed people who are just like crazy and impulsive and like, all right, I'm doing it, Bob, get the camera out. And then I filmed with people who like take an hour of running up to it, and I'm like, to the point where I'm like, you're not gonna do it, and then they fucking do it, and I'm like, all right, this is your process, dude.
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
Shout out Clay Johnson.
There's a certain patience level, especially with some things, you know, like especially lines, and you know, there's hurdles you got to get over sometimes with some things, but usually you know what hurdle I'm stoked I got over recently was just like, I was always apologizing to the filmer because I take a long time to do even just like the shittiest little thing. But as the filmer over the years of like riders apologizing to me almost pisses me off. It's like, shut up and just keep trying. You know, I don't care. That's what I'm here for. So I'm never apologizing to filmers again. Yeah.
I'm just like, thanks. I'll say thank you, but never sorry.
yeah. Thanks, man. We'll get next try.
Thanks. What's it been? 4 hours? Cool. I got that feeble easy on a flat ledge. It's great. That's an exaggeration, but still.
I mean, it happens.
All right, dude. Go to work. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Congrats on the baby. Fucking keep riding your bike and having fun. And I think this has been a treat. So
yeah,
thanks.
Man. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Actually, before we go, I mean, I can end the recording, but I want to get a good thumbnail picture. So if you want to go somewhere with good light and just smile on video, that'd be cool. All right, that's the show. Thank you for watching. See you next week. And yeah, fucking have a good rest of your day. I thought this was going to be a short one. Yeah, here we are at 2 hours long, 2:15, whatever it is. Shout out the sponsors: Dance Comp, Burn Slow, Unity Ride Shop, and Spinelli's Pizza. And I'm recording with Ethan tonight, so that'll come out next week. And yeah, I got nothing else to say, dude. I hope you have a great rest of your whatever, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.